multiple angles and from the zoom out, which Sky never shown you, the linesman could not have seen me elbow Tevez. It's impossible for the linesman where he's positioned because there's 3 players he's looking through. One of them, I think, being Richard Dunn. There's 3 players. There's 3 players. There's 3 players on a line that he's got to look through to see me. And the linesman's on the opposite side of the pitch. I can't remember his name, but he was part of Mike's hand. So they've had a pure punt. By the way, look, they've got it fucking right because I did elbow him. But also, if they'd have seen it, they'd have seen the Tevez incident and both of us would have walked at the time. So if they're talking about fixing the game and the game being a bent game, there's one person whose door that steps at, that has to stop at. That's the officials. Because
if you look at the stats on the game, they didn't have like 43 shots or something. Something stupid.
I don't know, but
it was so. I don't know if they stopped them.
They'd shit the bet. They'd shit the kicks. I mean, look, they came alive for stoppage time and get the 2 goals. But again, I mean, you know, you could knock on the door and say, listen, a couple of lads have switched off here. You know, they spoke about Jamie Mackey celebrating or something like that during the game and kicking the ball back to them. But again, you know, let's be honest here. If Man United, and I've said this many times, we're relying on Queen's Park Rangers to go to the Etihad and win on the last day of the season for them to win the league, then they were fucking praying for a miracle anyway. You know, the fact that we nearly pulled it off, even with the 10 men, we nearly pulled it off, and give it a scared to the point where Man United thought they'd won it when the game finishes, their game finishes, is a testament to the QPR lads. So, in reality, they should have had themselves in a pole position going into that and had the destiny in their own hands. And it's their own fault that they didn't. I must talk about Rooney while I'm on. I was doing my research for the programme today, and I stumbled maybe think about dropping Mo Salah. And as I say, I was at the Liverpool game. Mo Salah, for the first half, was head and shoulders Liverpool's best player. Looked like he was going to score a couple of goals, whatever. He was double lively, causing Nico Williams a number of problems. So Wayne, and I don't know, but he's clearly not learnt his lessons, was it, from his managerial thing? Because it looks like, you know, the jobs he's had, whether it's Derby, Washington, DC, all ability, it just makes him a boss manager. And said, game, control, Forest classic, you know, Dyche performance, hitting on the counter. And, you know, if I'm honest, I'm looking at that saying maybe it's why I hate this Biden off the back of his playing ability. You know, as a manager, I can't take anything he says as a pundit serious anymore because he was, let's be honest, abysmal as a manager. And the BBC put him in. He's a big name. He'll do all the big tournaments. And this is the problem with this mainstream media. They're just lazy. They don't do the work. And you can clearly see, based on his opinion on his podcast, he has not watched that Liverpool game against Notts Forest. Because any of us, you were in the stadium, Cambo, any of us in the stadium, the last person you'd be asking to be dropped
Salah.
On Saturday's performance was Salah.
Yeah.
You know, Konate, shite, was awful. Foul for the first goal, probably a foul for another goal as well. Bad. It was unlucky not to be a foul for the goal. I don't know how they fucking disallowed it. I thought it was handball in the stadium. The Jesus, the...
Well, I thought... I've seen the replay.
Name? What's his name?
Well, to me, again, I've watched it back. It looks like... I know what I'm saying.
His hand?
It does, because it hits his bicep, but his arm swings back.
Yeah, but it's not deliberate handball.
Doesn't matter.
No, but the referee disallowed the goal then. I've seen...
It doesn't have to be deliberate.
But if you actually see it zoomed in, there's a dispute whether it actually hits his arm.
Well, it looked to me as it... Well,
but they show you it from far away. If you see the one... They haven't showed you a close-up of it. It's from behind the goal in the Annie Road end. And
no, there's one which is behind the player, which you see the ball come up, and his arm swings back. So it hits his arm and his arm comes back. For me, it looks like it's an handball. As soon as I watch the replay, like it's handball, then I see everyone, not handball.
Well, I thought in the stadium it was handball. I thought it must be handball for them disallowing it. Test much.
Yeah.
And they were going mad. I think Woney got booked because they've obviously had a zoom in on it, and they were going nuts at the fourth official as if to say, that's never... They were going to the Brazilian boy, don't worry, it's going to be a goal in the VAR. They were going, get back to the halfway line, it's going to be a goal. So
times on the past few games, and you must say to the ref, go and have a look at that. Don't let the VAR dictate what's gone on in the game.
Yeah.
I thought the referee's got to get back to in the position of authority on the game more.
Because the VAR's disallowed it, the referee couldn't overrule him on
the pitch. Well, that's wrong, isn't it?
Again, this is the problems with it. Honestly, I'm going to be as honest as I can be here. Liverpool, the amount of times they dive and get fouls and free kicks that are not fouls and free kicks is scary.
Every team does that though.
No, lad,
every
not
team
at
does
all.
it.
No,
Arsenal
not
the
at all,
worst
lad.
team.
Well,
Arsenal the worst team for it.
Honest to God, the amount of decisions Liverpool got.
Arsenal the worst team for it.
Because you got your red tinted glasses on.
Liverpool do it, but every team does it. Like it's just out of.
You mean like the way they buy a foul? McAllister stands in front of the player.
Everyone does it.
Ridiculous.
Everyone does it. I do agree. It's terrible,
I mean,
but
they
everyone
nearly
does it.
disallowed Forrester's goal. He was trying to disallow that for VAR.
Yeah, no, the thing with Forrester's goal is, I mean...
The first goal?
Yeah, the first goal, for me it's a goal, because he doesn't interfere with the keeper. But you can see what happens, because he's not directly in line of sight, so Alisson can see the strike, but the ball crosses behind the defender who's offside, so Alisson loses sight of it for a fraction of a second, but he doesn't interfere with it, so it's a goal.
How am I going to get the chat on this? I'm not even logged into it. What am I on here?
On your blower?
I'll shout it out.
So
I can't.
Yeah, I'll sort your phone now, pass it.
I don't know. It might reach it.
Go on, stick it off charge for this.
So for me, it's a goal. That one.
I seen you moaning on the Common Sense yesterday about the Arsenal goal, and I think he had a clear look at that.
That line of sight is he hasn't got a look. He can't see it.
I think he can. I think it's just enough for him to see it.
What did you think of the
most likely to be called offside in the other ball process where you got traffic wardens as VAR again looking at situations trying to give goals, trying to write goals off where it's like, okay, how is this not a goal? Is he in the line? Is he doing something that's no? Let's look. Just stand back. You need to tell you shouldn't have players on. Stand back. Is he interfering with the keeper's movement or interfering with play at all? Doesn't matter if he's offside. Is he interfering?
Yeah, I didn't think the Arsenal one. I thought that was the right decision, and I can see it was close, but I think the keeper, it's gone through bodies, but I think the keeper had a look at it all the way.
I think the keeper. I mean, if you can't tell fully from the above angle, but if you've done that little caricature when it comes down as keeper, I reckon you'll see he's just in line with the ball. With the defender.
But also, if Van Dijk's and Robertson's is ruled out, I think they've got to rule that out.
Well, no, this is the problem. Van Dijk's and Robertson's got ruled out, and the panel said no, it shouldn't have been. So then the referees now are all going, okay, that.
It's a farce, isn't it?
Oh, it's a farce.
It's a farce. Also now we've got, we've got to look at it. Is the corruption in the refereeing? Like when I look at it, I go, well, we know certain referees go out to the Middle East and obviously, there's a lot of discrepancies about the games. We've seen with, David Coote, what he got up to, that they can be biased. And then I think Turkey's had a huge issue here where the Turkish leagues basically, which Jose Mourinho was bleating on about at Fenerbahce before he got the bully. The Turkish games come out now. We've had Florentino Perez come out this week and say, how was the referees secretary...
Something's happened in the game, mate. We don't know what's going on.
Well, we fucking haven't got a clue because I'm fucking working with
Ghana Gaze had a straight red card for hitting Pickford.
Hitting Pickford?
About the scrap,
Do you know what I mean? Brilliant, this. I just watch it on Sky Go. Gives me phone, I'll watch it on Sky Go.
We're trying to get it back on the telly, it's gone off. So he's hit Pickford and...
Went out Saturday and they're still out.
No, it is.
Mentally still out. Fucking amateur.
That's what happens. You have 48 hours no sleep. I was teetotal Saturday, mate.
If you're in the football world, you're looking at 6 weeks' wages fine here. This is a 6 week wages fine. We're 15 minutes into the game. We've missed a big instance in the game. This was Liverpool. Imagine Liverpool were on here and fucking couldn't get the game on.
Yeah, we're on now in 2 minutes.
Fucking hell.
What?
We'd be getting beat 2-0.
We'd be getting beat 2-0. We'd have 2 VAR overturns against us.
Why is it on the USA?
Yeah. So what I didn't know I was talking about before that. What was it talking about before that? Yeah, who knows?
This is, and I can't believe we missed. I can't believe
who actually cares anymore.
I can't believe we've missed this.
It looks like one of the maddest things.
Lad, I'm after just going in the living room and watching the game here. Fucking years off. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, we're on. Look, so he slapped Michael Keane and he's being sent off for it.
His own player?
Yeah.
God, he must have said something.
Oh,
I can't bear him anyway.
I
can't bear him anyway because he fucking wears tight. He does my cap in, and his fucking kids used to annoy me at Goodison, jumping around, never watching the game.
That
happened? That's a
Bowyer and did they get sent off? Bowyer and Dyer?
Both of them did, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Two men sent off your own team.
Yeah, it's oh no, it's
your own team is terrible. Like, terrible.
Honest to God, it's fucking embarrassing.
Moisey is going to be...
He's always find a way to do the Reds, don't you?
Apparently it's the tiniest little bitch slap though.
Raised his hands violent contact.
Why'd you get sent off?
Yeah.
They didn't get sent off, did they?
Well, the game's changed that a lot.
Yeah.
Game's gone, as they would say.
The game has actually gone. This is embarrassing. If we lose this game on this, I mean...
I'd be very surprised if he's won from this point, like, but...
I haven't seen the incident, so I don't really want to comment on it. I would not let him play for Everton based on the fact he wears fucking tights anyway.
Is that religious reasons?
I told you last time I asked
Not apparently.
members... It is?
It is, because he's doing it in the summer.
I asked members of the...
I thought he might have been using that as an excuse.
I asked members of the staff at Everton, I'm not going to name names, but I said, what the fuck's he doing? Because these members of staff, when I worked with them, wouldn't allow us to wear gloves. They'd say, if you can't wear it in the game, you can't train in it. So no snoods, no gloves, no pants and all that. We had to train in, a zip-up top and shorts, and we had to wear shinies and socks in training. And then next minute, this tit is fucking wearing tights for Everton. And I said, what the fuck's going on? And he said, well, he's claimed it for religious reasons. I was like, what the fuck's going on in the world?
Did you get that off Daishi, the training and what you need to play in?
That was Daishi and their staff, but it wasn't Daishi who told me that. It was one of their staff members who was like, I was like, why are you letting him wear tights? And they were like, he's claimed it's religious. So I don't know what fucking religion it is, but it's obviously one where you can fucking get yourself sent off for fucking slapping one of your teammates.
Oh. But anyone, you slapped Michael Keane, who's probably been your best defender all season as well. So you can't be moaning at him. If you're going to slap anyone, slap Tarkowski.
Because I've been excited for this game all day as well.
Yeah, and now you've had 10 minutes after 10 minutes.
Don't know if it's going to be 3-0 now, lad.
They need to show us the replay to
well,
see what he's done.
They've showed it, but we missed it.
All right.
I mean,
he looks like he's hit. He's just said he slapped his own teammate and got it. But it's violent conduct, isn't it?
I know, but people are saying it's not even like he hasn't hit him. He's literally
like pushed him in the face.
Like barely slapped him. I think it's like you've got to get
that was Liverpool, to be fair. The VAR had overturned it.
Yeah,
brought him back on.
No, they give you a penalty for it.
Not a chance.
We are. Come on, Skilly.
Just get in front of him. Win a foul. Get in front of him. That's it.
Good player, isn't he?
Oh, he's so
no,
he's gone the wrong way.
Oh, the other player. Dewsbury Hall, he knows it.
He's absolutely forced it.
Dewsbury Hall knows.
Someone said United have got 10 anyway with Xerxes.
He is crap.
Nah,
I was making an argument in this room before that he's a top player.
I think he's decent.
And then we pulled out, there was it 3 goals in 30.
He hasn't really played enough. I think he's a good player.
He's played 30 odd games, scored 3 goals.
Shite.
Yeah, off the bench.
He is shite.
30 odd bench is off the bench.
Other games from the weekend, I thought Villa were good second half against Leeds yesterday. I thought Morgan Rogers.
This different gravy.
Again, we're talking about Grealish and we're talking about, there was a bit of stick going round for Bellingham, wasn't there, in the build-up to the England game. And when you look at it, Morgan Rogers is doesn't really get the credit he's due. I think he's going to be a major player for England in this summer's World Cup.
I think he had a slow start to the season, didn't he, with Villa? And he's the last 3 or 4, he's
flying.
He's cracked on.
Absolutely cruising now.
Yeah, he's cracked on. Especially, it's no coincidence that Morgan Rogers turns it on and Villa all of a sudden. Know what I mean?
Wolves are going down. Wolves, for me, I really don't like the way the manager's gone about it. I get you want to manage in the Premier League, but you've stunk the gaff out at Luton.
Yeah.
Got double relegation. I know he got sacked before the second one, but it's his group that's gone down. Obviously, Watford, he didn't last long, which might have been a bit harsh. He was at Forest Green, got promoted. I think they won the league.
Yeah, look, here it is here.
Let's see it.
So they're arguing. Keane's pushed him again.
Is that it?
No way, he's not being sent off for that.
Oh, lad, come on.
It's embarrassing, though. It's embarrassing for the referee, that. It's embarrassing. That's not a red card.
Oh, yeah, look, he slapped him. It is, he slapped him.
No,
he slapped him. You can't
do it.
To
be fair, though, if you're Michael Keane there, you got to fill him in the dressing room.
What?
Oh yeah,
so what's going to happen?
Getting them showers.
I'm tuning him in the dressing room. Like, that's on me and him and having a scrap there. You slap me live on Sky at Old Trafford, like I'm fighting with you. Like, we're fighting.
He's not wrong.
Unless I come in and you're fucking on your knees saying I am so sorry, I apologise. If I walk in the dressing room and he's got half a bit of attitude, he's getting chinned.
What if he's still got his tights on in the dressing room?
He's getting filled in, lad. So it's going off. Like, you can't slap somebody across the face live on Sky at Old Trafford and expect to just walk in and go, yes, sound, it's all right, no problem with that. If you've got anything to buy, you've got to fill him in. Or next time he joins in training, you just got to go Roy Keane, Alfie Ireland.
Will there be a case of saying to Moisey, listen, just give me in 5 minutes, get us in the showers for 5 minutes?
No, to be fair to Keane, he's not that type of kid, but he's
watch
not that type of kid.
Choice.
Yeah, he seems like not soft, but he seems like off the pitch. He's a bit.
You just
like
got to go in and
person.
just say, listen. You just got to say, let's let the dust settle. I'll see you in the car park in the training ground tomorrow. See you, me and you, 9 a.m. in the car park.
He has made, to be fair, you're right, he's made a tit of him live on Monday Night Footy.
If he cars you and he's not there, then at least the lads go, you little shitbag. Because you can't fucking, no matter what you think there, you can't fucking, you can push each other, see that, but you can't fucking slap him. It's like a bitch slap on
he has just slapped him.
You can't slap him, lad, you can't. I mean...
So, deserve red?
But Keane's, he's got to be sent off, it's a violent conduct. Keane's pushed him first.
It gives the ref no choice, doesn't it?
Yeah, as soon as you raise your hands and hit someone, it's red card, isn't it?
You just can push each other, can't you?
It didn't look like he slapped it from the first angle. It looked like he just like clipped his shoulder or something. But the other one, you can see Michael Keane's head move when he slaps him. Proper Will Smithed him on Sky Sports. I need to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, it's fucking embarrassing.
He's just Will Smithed him.
Forgot about that.
How can that happen? Like you know what I mean? How's that happening?
Keane's done the double push, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But again, you can push each other.
You can, yeah.
Can all have a push and a pull. Can all have a push and a pull.
Oh, we all don't mind the push and the pull now.
Don't mind the push and the pull.
But as soon as you slap him,
yeah, as soon as
you cross the threshold there, don't you? And he's done well since Moyes has come in. He's been a lot better because he was terrible under Dyche. He's been a lot better at this, okay, but like he's let the lads down there.
Oof.
I reckon guy said, "Take my tight's name out your mouth."
In Ilimin Diaye and Grealish, but
yeah,
it's going to be tough now.
Everton are just going to go right. We're going to do two low blocks. Try and beat this. It's going to be Davy Moyes' tactical genius. This,
It's hard to
1-0 corner, 86th minute.
God, Michael Keane.
Yeah.
So we got.
He just goes off and slaps himself.
The big thing this week, and obviously I don't know whether you've seen it. I responded to Bradley Wright Phillips yesterday. Brad had obviously tweeted me, possibly not agreeing with what it said about the big fallout with his dad's comments on the overlap. I can see where they're coming from, and I must qualify my position here. When I was at Newcastle, the Chronicle journalist, or one of the journalists in the North East, was Craig Hope, who's the guy who's written this, who's now Daily Mail guy, and I'm not a massive fan of him. Like, I actually don't like him. I think he's a
tit. He does come across as a tit. He does.
Yeah, I've never liked him. He doesn't like me, so the feeling's mutual.
He's a Daily Mail journalist.
Daily Mail, clickbait. It's kind of their business.
Sensationalised. That's what they do.
Yeah, and again, the other thing of it is, because somebody's got a bit of skin pigmentation of a certain shade, are we not allowed to criticise them or question them anymore?
No more. We're not. No, it's done.
Because we are. I take it we are they. When Ian Wright says they,
I'm assuming they. I'm assuming they is us, because he's not talking about a journalist. That's an individual person. He would have said him. When he says they, he's talking about, because you've seen it online as well. The ripple effect online was, there was a lot of people saying, look, they and them, as in like white fans. Look what they do with Vinicius Jr. Look, so it's they and them. We are now. They're creating this like discourse between fans, and they're creating like a divide which is unnecessary. It's just it's not what we want.
So where I struggle here is, so I'm looking at it going, and I've seen that there's a few people, like even Tony Bellew chimed in and he's spot on, and Carlton Palmer had a pop at me, and I kind of like Carlton. He speaks his mind. I do think he's a bit of a mad cat, but like I look at Tony Bellew and go, well, you're mixed race, so like which just because if you've got any black in you, is that you instantly black? Is that
yeah?
Or are you mixed race? Like Jude Bellingham for me has got a white dad and a black mum, so I'm going like at least he's mixed race. He's not. I get because he's got dark skin pigmentation. Instantly, all of a sudden, it's like you're 100% black.
Yeah, but I think what people will always forgetting as well is the Premier League. It's like 46% black players in football. So it's half and half anyway. So just because if you criticise a white person, it's fine. But when you criticise a black person, let's say he's gone OTT. He has gone OTT on Bellingham a bit. He has. We know he has.
Well, I think it was uncalled for.
It was, but it's not a skin colour.
No, but I think it was uncalled for in terms of he's been injured at the start of the season. He can't be. He's only a young lad, so he's still as good as Jude Bellingham has been, and precocious as he's been as a young player. There's going to be little flat spots because the amount of games he's playing and the outside, the field activities, and maybe he's getting a new beard or whatever's going on with him. Or, maybe he's doing a bit of uphill gardening with Trent or whatever. Now Trent's there. He's obviously getting a bit of backdoor action that he wasn't getting last season. And, clearly there's going to be... He's not going to be 10 out of 10 every week.
No, he's not.
But also I'm hearing from within the England camp, right, that Tuchel ain't having Jude at all. I'm hearing that his plan is not to take him to the World Cup because he thinks he's a massive problem.
That's a massive shout to me.
Right? And also his mate who's gone, I'm hearing Trent and Jude are massively under pressure. I mean, the fact that he came out and said Quanz's ahead of Trent.
That's a massive slap in the face.
Because I don't think it's due to skin colour. I think it's due to attitude and application. And he's basically saying, look, if you're not putting in the work and you're not buying into the team and the team ethos, then we're not going to carry any superstars into it. And I really I love Wrighty, and I'll tell you, because Sean was my mate. We came through the academy at City together. He got in the first team before us. We were roommates. He was my first roommate. We then played together for years. Then we went to QPR together. He's one of my great mates in football. I don't speak to him every day, but I know the minute I see him, we're back to being kids at Man City. Bradley was the same. Bradley's a year younger than me, same in the finger. And there's Ian's other son, Brett, who I've met since I became a manager because he's an agent. Now, I always remember Ian as a young kid, when I was a kid, being at Carrington, at our academy, at Platt Lane, watching Sean play in the under-17s, under-19s. And obviously, when Ian Wright turns up at the time, Ian was, I think, playing for West Ham and Arsenal, but Josh supported Arsenal as a kid, and Ian Wright was a legend to us. And then when you meet him as a fella, and the way he was with Wrighty, Sean's obviously adopted. But Bradley and Brett are obviously Ian's full bloods, full sons. But also, he never treated any of them any differently. And I always admired Ian. And for me, I don't agree with everything he says about football, but I love his family and I love everything they're about. And I'm sitting there going, to say they, and there's this racist movement in England against black people, and I'm going, well, Ian's a national hero. Everyone loves Ian Wright. People really like him. He's a multi-millionaire. His sons are multi-millionaires. He's got so much out of living in this country and being a part of this country. Yet, look, there will be times, as every black player no doubt has faced, where some people will say racist things to you. Same way people call us scouse cunts, robbing bastards, etc., or ginger bastards, or whatever it is. Whatever the stick is, people get it. Now, if you've got black skin, obviously people take the easy option and racially abuse people, which is fundamentally wrong. But if I was black and I'm not black, it wouldn't bother me, because anyone gives me any shit, I just see that as, you're jealous of me. Like, when I get shit online, I'm like, you're obsessed with me. It doesn't bother me. I don't care about you. You care about me. It's a sign of respect when people try to get you off your game by giving you abuse. So, no matter what you do, I seen the girl Bobby Althoff saying she's going to have to come offline because every time she puts a video up, it says she's been ran through and because of the Drake thing and all that, and it's affecting it. Well, clearly it will do, because you're human, and ultimately, if people just keep giving you shit all the time, like, I've got stuff to deal with. He's a wife beater and I have to fucking fight my cause and fucking take that on, fight the appeal process. Like, it gets you. But ultimately, because I know I'm not, I sit there and I go, well, okay, well, they're wrong. Yeah. No, I can't make everybody see the world how I want them to see it and be nice to me. It's just not going to happen. It's an absolute Narnia to believe that everyone's going to be unbelievably nice to you all the time, especially with social media and these nameless, faceless accounts where it's, carte blanche to fucking say what they want when they want. And when I look at it, I struggle with the uppity N-word. I'm not going to say it, but I struggle with that because... Oh! Get in there! Dewsbury,
what a finish.
What's he doing there? Feeding
the
horse?
Someone else off. Get anyone else. It takes off. Get anyone else in our team.
What a finish, by the way.
Hell of a goal. I said to you, by suit Evan, Man United fucking...
It is.
But also, listen, these are going to come on strong. 10 men.
They've got to come out now.
Start to feel the pace of 10 men in the last half an hour of games.
No Cunha.
You can make 5 subs now, so that gives Everton, you can pretty much change half of the team.
You've got
but it's just whether we've got the quality.
You got a touch lucky, yeah.
Oh, that's a bit of
there. Just there.
Does it catch a little deflection off the
there?
I hate the way defenders come out with their arms behind the back like this, because it just It's not a good way to defend. Go and block it with your
Block it with your body.
I don't think it does.
No,
No,
if you're gonna put your arms behind your back, don't turn your back. Look,
back so you're like
keep it. Don't turn your back.
See what I mean? That's bad defending. That you got to come out square.
You know what? Should
save
the
that,
cat should the
It's not
cat?
like right in the corner, that.
No, the cat should do better.
We have to be careful
agree.
because people were saying on the last pod that we kept talking over each
I
other.
know, yeah, sorry.
Oh, did
It's
they?
just like we're talking and watching a match.
It's only a bit of passion.
It's you. It's always you. Actually, when I watch it,
It does always
when
be,
I'm
yeah.
back to back, it is always you chirping up. So fucking watch yourself.
It is always me, I
keep
know.
us getting the big waxy lyrical from the
Seen
Gary
that before
Neville
the game, yeah.
before the game. Obviously, I don't know whether
It's a Black Death.
So again, let's just celebrate Everton's goal, but we have to get back to this because it's a massive talking point in the country. And I said to look, I think with our media, they don't like to see working class people confident and doing well because there is still an underlying class system in this country. We've got a lot of people who want to think they're middle class because they got a front and back garden and forget where they're coming from, who are aspiring to be part of the landed aristocracy and in the fucking, all the royal circles and joining the Freemasons and fucking, getting the knighthoods and kissing fucking Charlie's fucking fingers and fucking, being part of that royal nonsense in our opinion. And the working class for me are, when I think about the stick, Rooney's had over the years, or
he's just sat there.
Gaza, or even Harry Kane. Remember they were getting on Harry Kane's misses, double heavy,
And his lisp.
Well, and when you look through it,
And his kite.
I'm trying to see who that Scott Carson. You remember making a mistake for England, got pelters.
Paul Robinson.
Rob Green when he threw one in South Africa. Paul Robinson. So if you play for England and you miss a penalty, like Stuart Pearce, Chris Waddle, there's an amount of stick that comes with it. Obviously, Saka got a load of stick, some of it racist, which is absolutely wrong.
Beckham.
Rashford's had it. Nobody is adverse from stick. If you don't do well for England, stick comes your way. Whether we agree with that or not, unfortunately, that's part of the territory. On the flip side, that if you do well, then you get carried on the shoulders around in the fucking country. Gaza coming back from Italia 90, etc., launch them into a different stratosphere. So when I seen Ian say, they aren't ready for a black superstar, I was like, what the fuck's he on about? Because Jude's 50% white.
I know what you mean. He's 50% white, but I don't think it's you're half. I don't know because I'm not like Jude myself. Where they class themselves as like, right, that's it. I'm black. I don't know, but still going back to Jude a little bit.
Bellew, that's the thing about it. Tony Bellew jumped right on it, so I was like, wow.
It must be a thing then.
Actually, if you've got any black in you, you must instantly
associate yourself because they're not aligning themselves with the they part of the arguments. They are the other part. You know what I mean? So they're not like white. So it's baffling to me.
He's got to go because, as I say, I think it's a class thing. Yet the media, I think the media have an issue with working class people getting money, being confident, and thinking, there is somebody. I think our media, there's a part of our media that has a problem with, where Ian's saying uppity N-word. I think it's uppity working class people. I think he's got that wrong there. I think he fundamentally has. Now, again, I haven't been a black person in England, all right, but I've been a working class person in England, and I'm imagining the shit you get is the same, just with the terminology difference. So when I thought about it, I thought, what's he on about? They're not ready for a black suit. Because I'm going, okay, in my world, black people in this country have been celebrated all through my life. When I think back to the Olympics in Barcelona, right? Well, Daley Thompson, it's before my time. Fatima Whitbread before my time. I'm not really aware of them. I remember Italia 90. John Barnes was a superstar. And I remember, games where John Barnes was getting bananas thrown on the pitch.
In the 80s,
right?
yeah.
Where John Barnes was a big star in this area.
That was racism.
Absolutely. And again, to be fair to them, they fucking took it in the stride. And obviously you had Laurie Cunningham, Cyril Regis and all that beforehand, where it would have been heavy.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But I do think we've made masses of progress. And I think as a society now, we're hugely inclusive and we are quite open. Yet there is elements of our society that say nasty things to anybody at any time. So when I went through it, I just started thinking. I made a list there about my, sporting heroes growing up, or people I'd seen on the telly who were black, who I would class as superstars. saying to you there, you know, in 1992, we had the Olympics in Barcelona. Linford Christie was a fucking legend. Him and Sally Gunnell were the only ones who could win a fucking medal. And he was obviously a black man. Colin Jackson, who was, again, you know, Welsh, but a black man as far as I was concerned. Then you had Kelly Holmes. You had Denise Lewis. You had Dina Asher-Smith. Frank Bruno when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I looked up to Nigel Benn and Eubank. Not everybody liked
Nazim
him.
Hamid.
Well, again, Anthony Joshua's been a superstar here. You know, I'm going through. Saka's had Rashford.
Do you know what? They're not
Mo Farah.
But they're not ready for a black superstar.
Kelly Holmes, as I said.
Nuts.
Who else? Idris Elba. You know, Mo Gilligan.
Stephen Graham.
Stephen Graham. Gary Lineker. Lewis Hamilton. No, people don't like Lewis Hamilton
because he's got that kind of attitude, Danny. But it's fine.
But again, it's because of he's a tax exile. It's because of maybe the way he communicates, maybe his attitude, maybe it's the way he's perceived. I don't think the British people like bad attitudes or a certain type of attitude. I don't think it's to do with skin colour. Now, obviously,
totally agree.
Obviously, you know, we've got Prince Nazim Ahmed, who I thought was an incredible boxer. But by the end of his career, everybody in this country was willing Mark Antonio Barrera to fill him in. Nobody liked him. And when you look back at it, if you look back to who his trainer was, obviously Brendan Ingle was his trainer, who was also Johnny Nelson's trainer from Sheffield.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And if you go back, and any of you can go out there and Google this, Brendan Ingle has done an interview talking about Nazim Ahmed when he first started winning and all that, and he said, Naz, he's coming back in the gym. He didn't want to do the hard yards. He said, I'm not running anymore. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And Brendan Ingle's an Irishman who lived in England, but he's very straight to the point. I actually really enjoy listening to him communicate. Old school. He's passed away now, but a great boxing trainer. And Brendan said, he's in the interview, he's saying to Naz, money's become your god. You don't want to do the hard yards. And that's why Prince Nazim come unstuck, and then Barrera beats him and he disappears into the abyss. People didn't like Nazim Ahmed, not because he was a British Pakistani, because his attitude stunk in the end. He didn't tick the boxes. When you think of Ricky Hatton, although Ricky became a superstar, he'd go down the boozer for a drink with his mates, and he kept that kind of, you know, only fools and horses. He kept that kind of humbleness about him. You know, Frank Bruno was loved in this country. You know, first probably, you know, Lennox Lewis was loved in this country. You know, black boxers who had, when I say the right attitude, they might have played the game, and, you know, I've seen him saying, Ian Wright saying, this was all linked, this is about the slaves getting carried away, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's bad.
And the thing Gary Neville chirps in and talks about Sterling dealing with it. People didn't like Raheem Sterling because of his attitude, because they knew he had like 3 different Mars or whatever, and kids everywhere, and fucked off from Liverpool. It wasn't to do with the fact that Raheem was black. It was to do with his attitude and his output and the way he was communicating in the media, and people soured towards him. Rashford, when he done the meals thing, was really liked. Then when he started down in tools and behaving like a Burke for Man United, people disliked him. And it's the same across the board. British people don't like people who are entitled and get paid a lot of money and don't work hard.
But that's the point there was, he was saying this in front of Scholes, Carragher, Roy Keane, and he mentioned Pogba.
Scholes in there? I thought it was Keane, Neville, Carragher,
Rooney. Keane, Neville, Scholes weren't there. Rooney and Roy Keane, and they'd all gave Pogba pelters for his attitude and his down and tools. But Ian Wright basically said, you can't do that because that's racist. It's about Pogba. So, you know, in a nutshell, that's what he was. And they're all sat there just not saying nothing. You know, Wayne Rooney sat there, who I know must have been boiling inside.
Because Wayne Rooney said in the BBC a few months back he's been reading about Black History Month and all that. So.
I know, but still, I know, but thinking of Wayne as an isolation case, he's being compared to Shrek in the paper. They put his family. Remember, they've done his mum and dad coming out. Oh, you know, he's been slaughtered in the press.
Yeah.
And then Ian Wright saying, no, Bellingham's getting it because he's black. No, it's not. You know, his Borussia Dortmund teammates didn't get it. Actually, remember he had the thing with the centre half. Was it Schultz? What was the centre half? Borussia Dortmund. Nico Schultz, was it? What's his name?
No.
Schmelzer. Fanny.
No. Hummels was the centre
half.
No,
it was No, the other one was it?
Sule.
Schmelzer was the left back.
Sule.
Was it? Well, he had a little bit an issue with one of them anyway, and like he come out, they say like his attitude.
No, I know
and,
you're on about the big lump, the big fat boy.
And
Sule.
And Southgate.
Sule, yeah.
Widest man in football.
Yeah,
Southgate had to have a word with him. This is years ago.
Also,
So we're going back to then. This is his attitude, and we've seen him in training with Hendrik when he just dismisses Hendrik, doesn't shake his hand.
Also, lads, listen,
but
if you're a superstar,
you need that attitude.
It comes with a
course it does.
order most of the time
Of arrogance.
with a belief, which a belief and a confidence in yourself is sometimes, sometimes seen by others to be an arrogance. And it's a fine line you thread, because if you're performing and doing well and scoring goals, it's confidence and it's belief. If you're not and you question somebody or you throw your hands up or you're not happy about being substituted, which is every player, it's seen as an arrogance. So I do feel for Jude, because I do think he's a superstar.
Yeah.
But also, he's been told that since he's been 14 or 15. Fucking hell, nearly scored there. Now, Sir Alex Ferguson got rolled out for him to try and sign for Man United. Liverpool rolled out the red card and he ended up going to Dortmund. And he smashed it, and he's gone to Real Madrid and he's smashing it at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And if allowed to continue, he'll continue to smash it, because he seems to me, every time I see him speak, like he's got a great head on his shoulders and he fucking communicates really, really well. I really like Jude Bellingham as a player, and I like the way he talks. I don't mind the fact that he's got a bit of arrogance, because to be the best in the world, you've got to have a bit of arrogance. Now, the problem I have is, clearly, there's something rumbling on in the background. His mum and dad are divorced.
So
that'll be a massive factor.
Of course it is.
Because
he's only a kid.
Don't forget, they had to separate for Jude to go to Dortmund and all that. So he's probably thinking, so there's factors here that we don't know about. Also, we've seen this season, Joby has gone to Dortmund, and within a short period of time, his mum and dad were barred from the dressing room area, because Sebastian Kiel, the sporting director, had fucking been given a dressing down because they took him off at half time in one of the games. So clearly the mum and dad have been given carte blanche because of Jude's precocious talent to say and do what the fuck they want in around a football club, because nobody wants to upset Jude in case he fucks off.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, Joby is a good player but isn't anywhere near Jude's level. But obviously the mum and dad, probably you got sibling love, and they're going, well, fucking he's as good as him, or could be in the future, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they've behaved the way they have for Jude with Joby. But obviously, when he's not that calibre of player, sporting directors step in and say, right, you cunt, you're fucking bad, fuck off from the dressing room, where they wouldn't attempt to do it with Jude, because he just goes, well, he's leaving, going to Real Madrid, then or Liverpool next week. He's not even fucking playing for you again.
But the thing is, the bottom line of all this is it's one journalist who's sensationalised headlines.
He's a knob as well. The journalist, an absolute knob.
So because of this one knobhead journalist, all of a sudden, all white fellas are racist against if you say it wrong about Jude Bellingham.
Well,
this is what's done my head in.
I struggle with Wright, because I'm going, like, hang on a second, Ian. Like, yeah, people might have said racist things here in the past, right? No doubt, because he's played in an era where there was mad stuff said in stadiums. Like Carlton Palmer coming out and saying to me yesterday, and as I say, I like Carlton Palmer, but he goes, you've never walked in our shoes. I'm like, oh, yeah, fair enough. So I've never had stick. I guarantee you, I have had more stick in my life than Ian Wright and Carlton Palmer in football stadiums and on social media. I fucking guarantee you, right? There's also Nicky Weaver used to tell me stories about Carlton Palmer when he was the top boy at Chef Wed. He's in the England side. Carlton Palmer enlarging it. A bottle of DP for CP. Smoking cigars and all that. Double lively. I like that about him. I like when I see him on Under the Kosh podcast. He fucking having himself. I like that about Carlton Palmer. Spoke really well about Ron Atkinson, who's obviously been accused and said mad racist stuff when he was live mic'd. But also stuck up for Ron and said, listen, there's not a fucking racist bone in Ron's body. Trust me, I've worked with him for years, etc. And I thought, fair play to you, he didn't have to do that. And Carlton Palmer, there's a famous story about Carlton Palmer where he's in a nightclub in Sheffield. I've told you this.
Gets his cock out.
No. He's in a nightclub in Sheffield. Nicky Weaver told me, he said he's in there. He said Carlton Palmer walks in the nightclub in Sheffield and they've been racing at either York or Doncaster or somewhere near it. And he said there was a couple of jockeys in the Fingio. He said, so Carlton Palmer's in there, bottle of DP for CP, smoking a cigar in the gaff, and he used to just drink it out the bottle. And he said, he's just like this going, with the cigar ash on top of there's a jockey obviously dead small in front of him, just on top of this jockey's head, just kept doing it, just dipping just putting the cigar ash on the top of his head. Anyway, the jockey's a double lively, aren't he? Double aggressive. So anyway, the jockey's turning around, fucking seeing his ass started scrapping, and Weaves is laughing his head off, going, it's the funniest thing I've ever seen, these two little tiny jockeys trying to fill fucking 6'4" Carlton Palmer in, and obviously he's double lively, so I'm going, well, hang on, Carlton, I've also, what
a save.
I've also like heard some stories about you that could be seen as fucking double lively. Now, this where we living at the minute, at this moment in time, I'm going to go and say this, right? I think black people are way more racist towards white people in this country than the other way around.
Now they are. Today, because when...
and America, by the way.
Oh, yes, I'm saying, because if you're talking about now, today, in terms of like what I've seen on the internet and what I've seen with these DEI roles in industries and businesses, all of a sudden when white people are going, I can't apply for that job.
That's racist in itself, the whole DEI movement.
It is, but white people are going, I can't apply for that job, I can't do that, I'm not allowed to go and be an actor. And black people are all of a sudden going, just deal with it. Just deal with it. No, because us in the 80s fought for equal opportunities for all. And now the shoes on the foot, they tell us to fuck off. I say, no, it's horrific. It's getting worse. I'm not saying it's as bad as, but it's getting worse.
In the country, right? The last thing we need with where illegal immigrations are, all the issues we've got going on in the country, is one of our national heroes,
trying to create more problems.
One of our most, respected pundits, who's like people love. There's no issue with people of colour. There's absolutely none. If you're a good pundit, or you make good TV, or you're quality at what you do, no one cares about your skin colour. Nobody does. It's when you start putting people in situ because, we need to fill quotas, or we've got DEI practices going on. And I think thankfully people now on both sides of the aisle there are seeing through it. Now, what we don't need is unnecessary stirring of the pot, because it just further causes alienation and further causes racism and separation between, people that we don't need. We need to be together at the moment. The right and the left and all that. Listening to the David Icke stuff before to come in, he's done a live show on, I think it's London Real or something like that. Ryan Rose. And he's talking about, in America at the minute, you've got the right, obviously fighting with the left, the Republicans and the Democrats, and all the while they're trying to get AI and more control. And in this country, you've got the left fighting with the right. You've obviously got Labour and obviously people who are against immigration fighting. So, it's the other side of the argument. But all they're doing is keeping us all distracted, fighting against each other, while they roll out this automated cashless society where your credit scores and you're not allowed to go outside your
15 minutes.
Well, we are getting into the cities. Remember
no, it's not far off it.
But we are getting into that space now where they want to move us. This new Fabian fucking creepy crawly government we've got that are slowly moving us towards this AI dominated CCTV dominated dystopian Orwellian nightmare where every picture you put or every comment online or anything you do, there's a score and a consequence for that. In essence, we're building a prison around ourselves by allowing the left and the right nonsense to carry on and divide us. And again, we've got big profiles like this on the overlap, sitting amongst 4 white men, getting paid 25 grand a show as a multi-millionaire, talking with millions of in his kids' bank accounts, with millions of job opportunities for all of them, talking about they and this racist media and this racist country that they live in, who've built their generational wealth. Spot on. Fucking outrageous.
It is, and you're right over what they're doing, the undertones with like the Green Party. They're going to be bringing out like boxes soon with a CO2 filter, then you can't fart without getting charged for it. When you go, your CO2 gases are getting released in the atmosphere with this Green Party that's coming in with this Zach Polanski and all that. This is what's happening.
Well, again, the other side of that, nearly at our time in the game, the other side of that is we see the BBC doctor, the Donald Trump footage from you spliced it together. And Trump now saying he potentially is going to sue them for $1 billion or whatever it is, and obviously that will cause a huge factor.
Keen jogging in there to Phil Gayen.
But also, I seen like the left wing. I seen the news agents, which is Emily Maitlis, John Soppel, and Lewis Goodall, is it? Who were all ex-BBC, coming out and going, well, it's only a little bit, we edited everything. And I'm going, no, you fundamentally
purposely
changed. No, I try and move that board here, because I am actually struggling to read that. And I go, what do you mean? It's like, you fundamentally changed the whole narrative of what he said. I listened to Trigonometry in the sauna yesterday. Sam Harris is on there, the American philosopher, or whatever he is, who I think's lost his fucking mind. And he's trying to qualify the fact that he made a bit of a cunt of himself last time on Trigonometry. And he's talking about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's laptop and going, well, it doesn't really matter what was on that. That was like a distraction. There's no link to Joe Biden from Hunter Biden's laptop.
No.
And he's also saying, hang here with me, that, well, listen, it doesn't matter because the Trumps do more in an hour wrong than what's on that laptop. And I'm going, no, he's smoking crack. There was mad pictures of him with brasses or look like really underage people. There's loads of stuff saying about corrupt deals in Ukraine, and you've got to pay you've got to square the big fella off. There's then cocaine found on the White House or whatever like that. And Sam Harris, who's lost his marbles, in my opinion, I respected him when he's speaking with Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens. But he's trying to go, well, it doesn't really matter because Trump's that much of a cunt and Trump's family are that corrupt, that Jared Kushner. And I'm going, whoa. What the fuck are you on about? If Joe Biden's son is a crackhead, right, who's going with underage girls and doing corrupt deals in Ukraine, whether it's on Biden's bidding or not, and if Joe Biden can't run his own household, why should we let him run the country? And then I find out as I'm doing my research that Joe Biden has had 2 kids to another woman, and Jill Biden, his wife currently, was the babysitter. So he's known here. Not only has he done the creepy thing where he's sniffing kids' hair, Jill Biden was 14 and used to babysit his kids.
I never knew that.
And then he's married her afterwards, but he's known her since she's been the babysitter. And then he does all the sniffing the kids' hair and all that, and I just go, oh my God, the left have lost the fucking minds.
See, that all gets hid. That gets hid.
Trump does this and Trump does that, so it doesn't really matter what else happens.
We know Trump's being like...
Just chat what I'm doing. Chat, he's just moving this board in because I've got a few notes in here. Go on, just get it in. I can't read it from far away.
He's bought a board, 74 foot high.
Yeah, just turn it and put it... Yeah, that's it. And then put it in front of that wire.
You can probably see it from space. It's that big.
Yeah, I'm not asked about if you can see the game or not, unfortunately, because it's my talking points.
Can you see that, Jeff, or not?
No.
Can you see? Have you got the game on your
That's
laptop?
fine.
I can see it if I go like that, sound.
Can you get the game on your laptop?
All right, that's miles better
Good
for
job
me
my
now.
eyes aren't like they were yesterday.
I'll have to move the camera over.
So yeah,
job,
I mean, I did really
Knock them
struggle.
fuck out of each other.
Probably would have seen it yesterday because we could look that way.
Yeah, your eyes can see round corners yesterday.
There we go.
So this was interesting. As I say, this bizarre anti-Trump rhetoric. Peter Hitchens, great quote in his opinion piece in the newspaper. He says, "Just as a goldfish in a goldfish bowl does not know that it is a goldfish, so these poor indoctrinated left-wing clones at the BBC have no idea they're deeply what's that say? Unshakably biased."
Yeah, because you wouldn't, would you? Would you?
Unashamedly, that must be unashamedly biased.
It's the same. That's the same with every kind of. Same with religion. If you're brought up in one religion, you're told Jesus Christ is Lord, and that's the only thing that's all you believe. So in the BBC, if that's their ethos, everything else around it is wrong.
But again, the BBC's ethos is to impartially
It's not though,
inform,
Let's be
educate, and entertain.
But
like
not.
the BBC is taxpayer funded, right?
It is, yeah.
It doesn't get funded by the left or the right. It's funded by everybody who pays the license, which is going to incorporate every single political, religious, ethnical persuasion.
But you're talking about a corporation run by a few people who are bound to be biased towards one certain side.
Well, I actually now, for the first time in my life, after seeing what they did with Trump, because I'm going, well, what have they done about Putin? What have they done about all these other world figures that, like, how many, we've seen what they've done with COVID. It's coming out now that basically the BBC have done BBC and the UK government have weaponised anti-misinformation. It's basically a psyop against the people. I believe now it should be defunded. Obviously we've got historical paedophilia running rampant throughout the organisation. We've now got the COVID misinformation. Like, for me, it's gone too far. And, they send out threatening letters if people don't pay the licence and that. If the BBC is going to survive, I believe the BBC should be now, like any other channel, subscription-based. I don't think we should be paying for it because it's now no longer impartial. It's been absolutely corrupted. And, I'm hearing stuff about people who iconic people in the BBC. I'm hoping it's wrong. People who are iconic, who are saying when he dies, it's going to come out about, and I'm going, wow.
I've heard two, and I think if that's right,
well, that's the end of the BBC. It has to be. Like, they're saying now.
And one is basically just below Jesus Christ on the list of all-time greats.
Well, I'm saying, just to do with this Trump thing, Alison Pearson wrote in the Telegraph, this is no right-wing coup. This is, the BBC.
There's no left or right to facts.
Time's up, she's saying, for the British Brainwashing Corporation. Now, the Telegraph is not massively favourable, towards the BBC recently. But again, as the storm raged here about Trump, the BBC was still trying to suppress opinions that it didn't like. On the Today programme, they were still trying to pretend that this was no big thing. You've got the leader of the free world, probably the most powerful man on the planet.
Yeah, he is.
He's a man who's should be nominated for, whether you like him or not, should be nominated for the Peace Prize because he looks like he's going to stop every war that was going on before he took office, especially if, he gets this Ukraine one over the line. Whether it's a good deal for Ukraine or not, it's stopping needless killing in war that, young men, or not even young men now, any men are getting slaughtered in the hundreds of thousands in the fields of Ukraine and the Donbass area. Trump's going to come in, whether he's fucking doing the right thing or not, what territory they give away. He's stopping the war. He's got a ceasefire on in, obviously, the Middle East. And, he hasn't been given any credit for that. Now, imagine that was Biden or any of the fucking Hillary Clinton or any of them Democrats on the left. There'd have been fucking Nobel laureate prizes everywhere and waxing lyrical about it. So at this point, I think now we have to seriously consider getting rid of the BBC as a licence fee, taxpayer fund. I think it's wrong. I
think it's been coming for, but this has been coming for a long time. I think Savile was the start of it. I think the uncovered Savile, and then it's just snowballed and snowballed. But it hasn't like got to the point where they're trying to like stop this snowball. They've sort of been throwing snow on it, making it worse.
But they're actually suppressing what's actually gone on.
That's what I'm saying.
They've done it. They're doing it with Trump. They've been doing this. So they're not actually. They're keeping stuff out that we'll never find out about. So I reckon if we got to the bottom of this, and by the way, the Strictly, there's a big, there's an early grape allegation in Strictly, isn't it, at the minute? They're waiting on someone coming out in Strictly now.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
And again, the government, I'm told, are withholding data that may link COVID jabs to, obviously, excess deaths, all right? And the BBC be complicit in that because they were all over that. They're saying now the lockdown shouldn't have happened. Lots of stuff's coming out saying we should not lock down. Boris Johnson's obviously been grilled on this.
He's admitted it.
And who was a massive part of it? The BBC. They were peddling that propaganda. And they're saying they can't release the links between the COVID jab and excess deaths because it'll cause distress and anger. Fucking no shit, Sherlock. You've fucking done a psychological operation on the populace to enforce this mad lockdown that's broken the economy. It's fucked everybody for fucking decades to come. When you look at inflation, the cost of living now, that is all intrinsically linked massively to the COVID fucking psychological operation that happened.
Massive.
And nobody's been held accountable. We've had government ministers who've clearly been given backhanders with let's look at Michelle Mone, for instance, and the millions gone missing there. No accountability. Now, I'm telling you now, if you fucking cut your business rates or your taxes by a couple of grand, you're seeing Angela Rayner try and fiddle her taxes on her house, lost her job. You're seeing the Defence Secretary, John Ely, who's under the gun now because he's not paid the correct amount of tax on it or not declared a second house. And yet we've got people who've stolen fraudulently millions of pounds from our country when it was in the midst of a pandemic.
I wouldn't say stolen. They were fucking giving it.
So you know that this has been proven now. Let me just find it on my notes here. There was a guy who was actually a paid crisis actor, all right, who was on the BBC. I'll get his name now. And he's lying in the bed with the tube in his nose and all that on the BBC saying, this is how bad it was. Everyone's going to die from this COVID. And then it's been proven. His name's Henry Dine. The BBC of Andrew Bridgeton, the MP who's been kicked out of the party for his stance on COVID and the vaccines. You know, it's proven when they go on his thing, he's a crisis actor. So they were putting actors.
Yeah,
the BBC were putting actors in hospitals, pretending they were on life support, and there's been no accountability for it. So nobody at this moment in time can take a fucking thing they say seriously. Yeah. So what is the point in us paying our tax and having it in there? For me, they need to be shown that telling lies to the population and running psychological operations on the population in the times where we need them to be impartial is wrong. And I think it has to be defunded. I think we have to do away with it.
Yeah, no, listen, a lot have been saying that for years, and I think you're right. But then if you defund the BBC and we do away with it, there's got to be something. There's got to be something that goes in its place. And is it even more dangerous? That's because we're just going to be getting another BBC.
Yeah, but you're not fucking forced to pay for it.
No, not pay for it. I mean, that's going to brainwash the masses.
On a subscription, and if it's good TV, it'll get its money. If it's not, it'll be like any other in a capitalist society, like anything else. It'll either fucking stand on its own 2 feet or it won't. Whoa, there, he nearly knocked that over. The other thing is, on the other side of that, ITV, you know, if you go on Instagram or whatever, or social media, and you're advertising something, that, you know, people have to put #ad, don't they? Or they have to make it aware, celebrities, that, you know, it's an advert, that they're getting paid for it. ITV have had a doctor on there pushing the pushing the Manjaro, the weight loss jab, who they found out, they didn't inform the viewers of this at all, who they found out was getting paid 28 grand from the pharmaceutical company to push the jab. And, you know, for me, that is corruption. If you don't say, listen, by the way, this fella's getting paid by Big Pharma to push this, then, but if you were to put that same information onto a tweet, you'd have to put
you've got to put an ad. This is an ad, yeah.
But again, this is the problem. Like, so, you know, with ITV, I suppose they make the money from advertising. Somebody done Celebrity. I seen it online. Celebrity in the Jungle. I haven't watched any of it, but somebody was doing it. I honestly haven't. I swear to you, I haven't. I've seen the stills where I thought Kelly Brook's ha-ho-ha-hos would be out, no doubt, in the shower. And then I seen the ha-ho-ha-hos out. And I'm like, oh my God, they are big boys. They've got even bigger than fellas. But also, so is every other single part of her anatomy, including the head. Like, she has gone and ate an absolute couch. Jason Statham must be looking at Rosie Hunton-Whiteley going, thank the Lord I got out of this situation.
But
because
not just
in
that,
Piranha's 3D, she's in incredible shape. But in I'm a Celebrity in the Jungle, fucking hell, she's been on the Johnny Vegas diet.
No, she's she's not come across great either, to be honest, as like a person. I've watched it, and she's come across a bit of a, I wouldn't say a tit, but I mean,
having a stinker you today, mate. You've wiped all that off now with your hand, putting it on.
What's it?
You just put your hand on. Honest to God, mate.
She's not come across great on it either, but every time I watch it, do you know who's come across sound, and you're going to do a lot like this? That Angry Ginge.
I'm not bothered, mate. I don't watch shit like that.
It
doesn't bother me whether it's sound or not. It probably is sound. I've no issue with it.
Yeah.
The thing for me is, like, I couldn't think of anything worse, because it's like the same jokes every year. It's like the same shit. And there's like, I know there's going to be people, if I turn on, I'm like, who the fuck's that? Who the fuck's that? Because I'm like, aren't these meant to be celebrities? Who would know?
Yeah,
like,
no, as you get older, you don't know them. That's just part and parcel of it.
I don't know half of them.
Yeah, see, as you get older,
my missus and that are watching it, and the kids, I've literally just take myself off into another room, start reading my books or do other things. I couldn't be bothered. And then somebody's done a thing today on social media, don't know whether you've seen it, where they've ran through, and there's 28 minutes of adverts.
On what?
I'm
a Celebrity. Over the course of that programme, 28 minutes. 28 minutes. He runs the clock as he's doing it.
So
you're basically just watching fucking Mega Bingo or fucking Gala Nonsense Pottery or whatever the shite it is.
He knows the adverts on it.
No, because someone's done a fast forward on it who's watching it. He's got the stopwatch going. I've tuned in for I'm a Celeb and he's running the clock every time there's an advert. 28 minutes of adverts. Well, somehow they've got to pay for all the people getting weighed in to do it. But also, mate, you want to fucking see superstars on it? You want to see a load of superstars? Let's be honest, most people who go on there are fucking scraping the battle of fucking...
Well, they go on there for a reason, don't they?
Like, I love Ruby Wax. The girl who goes on the other day, I seen the clip of... Because I do see it on the social medias, Vogue Williams, and she's going, I'm so ugly. And then Ruby Wax is like, what the fuck are you on about? And I go, you know you're not fucking ugly. What the fuck off with this fucking needy shit. And then people slaughter it online. I go, that's why you get caned online.
Because you're acting like that.
Because you're fucking talking absolute fucking shit, insecure cunt.
Not a lot, you know what? I thought they were getting paid...
150 grand.
Yeah, I thought they were getting paid more. I think that H is getting like 250 grand or something.
Who?
That H. Is his name H?
I know what you're on about, yeah.
H the rapper.
Isn't that the one whose dick I touched in Glastonbury? Wasn't it him? And they were all... think people were all going over to him and like...
There's your clip!
No, I was buried. I was buried and I was in Glastonbury and he's like a white... a white rapper, isn't he?
Yeah.
So like people were going to him. I can't remember who was talking to him. And obviously we were having a nice time at Glasgow and I thought it was like a joke character because he's like... Look, it reminded me of like Ali G, like a white person.
I know what you mean, yeah, it is him.
And for some reason, I just went, right, like Tom Huddleston, just give him a little ball tap. And he don't think he was best pleased. But also, there was fucking nothing he could do about it. Little saying up. So he'll probably come out now and say I've sexually assaulted him. And no doubt have me in court for it. But he had to give him a little ball slap. I'm sure it was him. It was him, or it was certainly some white rapper who had the snag. It wasn't Eminem.
RD? What might be RD?
No, lad, I'm pretty sure it was that.
RD and
H guy. It was that H guy. Pretty sure it was him. To be fair, he took it in good jest. Like, he wasn't happy at the start, but obviously knew it was only winding him up.
You can't really just slap
just give him a little nutsack, a little flick in his nutsack, just to see how he would respond. But again,
you get a touch on?
I don't know. Like, you know, even like we're getting into the stuff here, like ITV and all that, and then I listen to Mateless going on, the Kane and Trump, and I go, BBC then released, or the news cycle released the Epstein emails, and you know Trump was in there and victim instead of Victoria, whatever. What's her name? The Goof Wright.
Yeah.
Virginia Goof Wright.
Virginia, yeah.
You know they redacted the name to put victim in, and then Trump. He's got to release them Epstein files. He's got to come out and just go, here's it is, and fucking whoever cops with it. But clearly the fact that Epstein, in my opinion, has been bumped off. Ghislaine Maxwell's the only person in prison for sexually trafficking minors, but to nobody. There's nobody Steve trafficking.
Yeah.
So clearly they're mega powerful people. It's been some kind of intelligence operation, I believe, who it is, we can dispute. And then, you know, when I look at it, I go, well, hang on a minute. Lord Mandelson, who Keir Starmer appointed as his fucking ambassador to the USA, is all over the Epstein emails. Fucking pictures with him left, right and centre.
There's pictures on the island with Epstein of Lord Mandelson.
So why is he not... Why is Mateless? And there's pictures of Emily Mateless cozying up to Peter Mandelson. Yeah. So if you're obsessed with Trump... Now, Trump is clearly a fucking narcissist, clearly a madman. But, again... Peter Mandelson looks like if anybody's been up to nefarious activities with old Jeffrey Epstein, Peter Mandelson and Prince Andrew, or Andrew Mountbatten, fucking whatever his name is now, are clearly two of the fucking top suspects that we need to go, right, what have you two been up to? And I don't know whether you've seen this, Lord Mandelson, US ambassador, you know, which is the most prominent position for me in the government, keeping that relationship with the US going, was then pictured coming out of George Osborne's house in London and just pissing against the wall.
I didn't see
that,
no.
So I'm going, what type of character is this? He was caught up in the thing, just having a slash against the wall. I actually kind of liked it, but I'm like, are you meant to be US ambassador? Or ambassador to the US? You're meant to be like Lord, and you're just having a fucking Jeff Hurst in the fucking road outside George Osborne's house.
Well, what's his links to is it because, what's his links to Trump?
Who?
Mandelson?
I don't know. No, Starmer's obviously... It'll be Tony Blair pulling Starmer's strings. I think Starmer's controlled by Tony Blair. I think Blair's still running that government.
Yeah, I just think because obviously he's been on the flight logs and he's been pictured in the island and stuff. And
former PM Gordon Brown's meant to be all over the flight logs, and when I look at it, I go, well, Gordon Brown is alleged. Him and Boris are in the flight logs, or alleged to be. Gordon Brown is alleged to have covered up the rape gangs when it first comes out years and years ago. He's had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein's been convicted of being a paedophile.
Yeah.
And he said, according to Elon Musk, Gordon Brown's on record as saying, well, it was a lifestyle choice for them girls. They were fucking 12 and 13 years of age in care. It was a lifestyle choice for them. So that's why he covered it up. Now, Gordon Brown is also responsible for selling off our gold bullion, and he sold it off for
pennies.
$250 an ounce, all right?
And now it's worth what?
Now it's worth $4,200 an ounce. And the same amount of gold would be worth $45 billion to us. He sold it off. Today's price, it's worth $45 billion to us. The difference in what he sold it for to what it's worth now. How is that not criminal? How are we not going back and saying, listen, you fucking dour Scottish cunt, we're seizing all your fucking assets and we're putting you in fucking jail because you've basically fucked the country up by being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, he definitely has screwed us there because now...
They sold the gold.
He sold the gold bully. He sold out all our gold.
Reserves,
you have gold reserves. George Brown sold it.
Gordon Brown, yeah.
Gordon Brown.
Sold it to?
Loads of people just sold it off. Whoever wants to buy it.
For what reason?
Because he was skint.
But he sold it for $250 an ounce.
When was this?
2004.
And it's now worth $4,200 an ounce. So the difference would have been $45 billion.
Times more.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But still, it probably would have gone on.
But again, if you're Prime Minister and you
anyway.
do that, and you make such a disastrous decision for the country, I don't think you should be fucking allowed back in the country. You should be sent to fucking Antarctica. Fucking see you later, you little prick. You fucking get out of this country, you fucking idiot. Now, this fella still carries some kind of kudos, and this again is another disaster of fucking Labour being in power. Now, Labour and Tory, for me, are dead. The Green Party, this Tip Polanski, are dead. Even though all the biffs will vote for him. I can't have reform. So I'm politically homeless. I'm Open Advance UK, because they're the only party at the minute I'm thinking I could even fucking go near. Because I like Ben Habib. And I'm going, if I'm going to vote, I'm either going to spoil my ballot, or at this moment, Advance UK would be getting my vote, because the only party talking with any fucking sense about anything. Reform are just going to...
I'll line the pockets.
Cause fucking murder, and Farage is just going to make himself fat on the profits.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does. Don't know whether you've seen this about Red Nev. He was on the overlap. For some bizarre reason, they've all started bringing old contracts in as if this is some kind of fucking kudos.
No, what the fuck is that
But all
about?
it's making me think is, do you not... I'm looking at that Gary Neville's getting his contract out. I'm on 1.5 million as Man United captain. I'm laughing. Going, what a fucking idiot you are.
That's why you needed a fucking agent.
Idiot. Fergie must have been laughing his little whiskey nose off, just rubbing his plums, laughing at him. Because...
Wasn't his agent for Phil as well?
Is that at his highest? Sorry, was that 1.5?
When he was Man United
captain.
And then Rooney come out, didn't he, and said he was on 17 million a season. Because Rooney had the proper agents in Stretti who knew the market. Gary Neville, being Gary Neville, has done himself a mischief. He won't be skint now. Obviously, he's had the synagogue permission to knock the synagogue down and build Neville Towers. He's obviously, I don't know whether you've seen this, the UA University Academy or something in 92. They've got a university degree going where they take students on to give them managerial and entrepreneurship and all that. And it's come out today that he was in a thingio crying because, get a fuck, because they've been done an audit, and the audit's come back saying they're racist. Racist? Yeah, we'll Google the words. I don't know whether, but basically
they all had white trainees on.
No, you just Google it for me, because I don't know whether it's racist or they're not quite.
What's it called?
They're not. Gary Neville's fucking
Gary
university
Neville bullshit uni.
Gary Neville crying. Do you know what I loved about the Ashes? Did you see it? And this is why Harry Maguire will never recover. The Ashes, all the Barmy Army were singing to Steve Smith, the Aussie fella. We've seen you cry on the telly, cry on the telly. And I just thought, yeah, if you cry on the telly as a professional sportsman, you're getting dog's abuse for the rest of your life. If you cry on the telly because you got a bit of stick or you've had a scrap or something, you fucking...
Yeah, he's like we'll not say, British media outlet reported on the internal situation of
The scum.
the University Academy 92, the UA 92, triggered by an employee's problem raising on November 24th.
You had the internal order or something like that. It's come back saying they're racist or something like that.
Basically, that's what it is.
And then Gary's done a speech crying.
The report was the lack of inclusive culture and the non-white for non-white workers.
So again, this is these people who are all diversity and all that. Gary, all right. So Ian Wright's on the show, I think, and Jill Scott, basically because they cover the black angle and the woman angle. I think that's why they're on. That's why they've initially had them on the overlap.
I don't think Ian Wright goes the black angle because I think he's got the credentials to back him.
No, absolutely. But I'm saying they have to have a black person on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
so I'm not saying he's on it just because he's black, but they've gone, well, we need to get a black person on it.
He's the best one. Yeah.
We need to get a woman on it. Jill Scott's the best one we can get. So that's why they've gone that way. Otherwise, they'd have just kept that as the fucking Man United firm. I don't think
they would have been the Class of 92 podcast.
Yeah, which is what every other guest, a fucking Man United or ex-Man United player anyway.
Talk about is United.
And all they ever go on about United.
Fucking boring.
And then what was I going to say there? What was I going to fucking say there? You throw me there. Something about
Gary Neville crying.
No, Gary Neville crying was a part of it.
A lot of people.
Sorry, the overlap.
Yeah.
Oh, what have I gone on here? No, I've fucking lost my train of thought there. Something about the overlap.
You was on something there.
I was looking at something there, yeah. Go on, anyway. The overlap, coming back. Oh, that is going to do me head.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it, because I know what you're saying.
Go on, turn it up, it'll remind.
No, that's going to do me
anyway,
head.
Nice to shit.
Yeah, I'll get back. It'll pop back in my head.
A lot of people in the chat are, I don't want to throw you off because I know you've got your points on about Candace Owens.
Just saying that there, yeah, I've got that on.
She's lost it again. You
see that big tweet, yeah?
Yeah.
Scatty.
But she's claimed the Macron and the French
and
Israelis are trying to assassinate her.
Yeah.
It's not the first time. Like, I like Candace, but it's not the first time she's claimed that there's forces trying to take her out and stuff like that. I think she's mastered the art of
manipulation of the crowds, of the masses.
But also, she has called Bridget Macron a guy and said she's a fella. She's a dude.
That's a penalty.
He's got the ball. He's won the ball. He fully won the ball first. He did. He did.
Do you get 4 points for this if you win this? We should get 4 points here, not 3.
Can't you both get beat?
Do you go above us?
Yeah.
If they win, yeah.
Do they? They haven't gone above the perfect, do you know? Has he got
That's
the ball?
Said
yeah,
yeah,
got the ball.
Yeah.
They've also said now, and I think it's a good shout, I don't know whether it's Henry Winter talking about this, that players who fake a head injury to get the game stopped should be a red card. I agree with him.
No.
I agree with him.
It could be a booking, but it shouldn't be a red card.
No,
you should have VAR looking at it. It's because if VAR, you got VAR there, and they're going to say, yeah, they'll be penalised for it. I shouldn't think it's not a red card.
I seen him chirp into the Ian Wright thing, and obviously he's a bit biased because he's obviously got a horse in the race, hasn't he? But Black Gary, did you see Black Gary? Black Gary Lineker?
Oh, no.
Black Gaz has chirped in, he got involved. Oh, yeah, he's kind of him and Shearer.
That cheer then when he's been ragged.
Who?
Dogu.
Dogu off. Oh, that'd be racist, that'd be because he's black. So you can't cheer. Man United fans are all racist.
Was that the cheer for him then? Because you got ragged?
No, but that's for Mainu coming on. They want to see Mainu back on the pitch.
I was going to say, that can't
be for him. And a bit of energy.
That was Dallo.
No,
both of them.
Dallo and Dogu were offered for Mainu and... Was it Mount who's come on? Yeah, Mount.
I can only see after telly, so we only see one sub.
Yeah, Black Gary came out and obviously had to go, and then you find out Black Gary Lineker is Netflix's Women's World Cup guru. He's going to do now.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to run that, and then I don't know whether you're saying Black Gary has also this week outdone himself even better. This is up there with, and we'll get to the Sky Sports Halo fucking nonsense party, which was comical to watch.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Tried to do them a little turn there and got cannibalised.
Oh,
it lasted 2 days?
But the best part about it was women doing.
Yeah, it cannibalised itself.
Yeah,
this is where they're going.
Oh, I think with that they tried to captivate the non-football woman fan. But they ended up just a load of sparkly matching nonsense, didn't he? It was just embarrassing. It was like,
no, honestly, this is a good idea. We're going to do this, yeah.
It was bad.
But you know what?
The concept. I laughed when it started eating itself.
The theory of it is needed. It needs a channel. Whether you say it'll get no viewers or not, let's find out. It needs a channel there.
Which don't want that because the game's up once you do that. Once they get their own channel and it dies on its ass, they know the game's up.
The WSL are already blaming Sky for the numbers dying on its ass.
The WSL is horrendous in terms of the crowds. Have you seen the crowds at the games?
They're trying to blame Sky for the numbers. And they're like, what planet are you on? You know, the game's... Just build your own brand. Don't stop trying to force the brand. Build it. They're trying to put it on a rocket. It's growing. Yeah, it's growing. It's not exponentially growing. It's growing. So let it grow. Don't try and force it, because that's when you just fuck everything up, when you try to force it.
People just turn off.
Yeah, exactly.
Forcing it.
Yeah, Sky. I did enjoy the Sky Sports Halo, though, like the meltdown, and it was like they've actually tried to create something for you.
Was it just a TikTok channel? Was it?
I think it was TikTok. Yeah,
They done a TikTok, but they did have their own Sky channel.
It was on a Sky channel as well.
Yeah, they had their own Sky, but they didn't even get to that point because TikTok fucked it up already.
Yeah.
But the women involved running the TikTok.
I seen like one of the videos, like they were like putting like pink sparkly writing on or something.
Yeah, on videos of Haaland.
I seen people, the girls were literally commenting like, "Are you taking the piss here? Like, this is embarrassing."
Who do you think was really behind it? Halo? Neville must have surely had an input.
No, not
these
Neville.
people who sit in a think tank. So anyway, I was going on about Black Gary. I don't know whether you've seen this at the weekend.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Arsenal, Tottenham, North London derby. Arsenal trying to win the league. Tell you what's a good idea. Let's fucking lock ourselves in a room, 4 Arsenal fans. So we'll have 3 lads and someone's nan, some Arsenal fan who's a nan. And we'll have Ozzy Ardiles, Michael McIntyre, Black Gary, and some other Tottenham bird. And we'll have no idea, no windows in there, no telly. And we'll have the fucking North London derbies going on. And nobody will know what's going on. And then we'll show them the score at the end. This will be Boss TV. We'll have a fucking laugh here. I'm going, oh my good God. How's Black Gary getting himself involved in that?
He must be getting weighed right in for that. He's got to be.
Well, he works at the BBC, so he's obviously trying a Netflix thing because the BBC have fucked him off now due to the fucking virtue signalling and all the fucking nonsense pottery he's been up to. And he's decided this will be a boss idea. This, get on Sky, lock myself in a white room with fucking someone's nan who supports Arsenal and a load of Berks, and not have any clue what's going on in the game, and at the end of the game they'll just show us the score. What the fucking hell?
It's embarrassing.
Who's sat and thought this will be boss?
That's up there with Halo
so
channel.
While the game is on.
So the problem is Sky Sports is going up next year because they've just got back into the Champions League, haven't they? They just stole the Champions League rights back.
Yeah.
So they reckon it's going to cost you £1,700 to have the full Sky Sports package next year.
The worst part about
sit and watch fucking people sitting in a room who don't
not
watch
watching
the game.
And
just find out the score at the end. Fucking what?
But the worst part of this is Netflix just missed out on the Champions League and the Super and the Super. Another good Saint Pickford there. The Champions League and the Super Cup.
Last 30 is going to be a big effort here from the boys. Go get out, you bastard.
So Netflix just missed out on the rights for the Champions League. They're now rumoured to be in for the Premier League. Netflix.
My God. Do
you know? I actually don't care anymore. I actually don't care. Like the game for me, we are in the midst of the game being in the bull run of the Dutch tulip market, and I'll tell you that why. Don't know whether you've seen this. There's a massive fight going on with Premier League agents versus this salary cap that they're trying to introduce.
Yeah.
You've got the PFA threatening to sue the Premier League. You've got Stella, Base and Wasserman, which are 3 of the biggest agencies in this country, who are threatening legal action because the clubs are trying to introduce a salary cap.
Yeah.
Because, as I said to you, when it gets Americanized and they want the control and the player power the way it is in our game, they do not want that, and the only way they can deal with it is by putting some constraints on it, and it just ain't going to wash. Now, unfortunately, in the midst of that, the money in the Premier League is going absolutely insane, isn't it? And I think it's only a matter of time. Talking about someone the other day, I think by 2030 you'll start to see the English football pyramid, more clubs going bosh, administration, and then from 2030 to 2040, I predict you'll see the end of the Premier League, like Serie A in the 2000s. I think the Premier League will die on its ass just because there'll just be too many war infractions.
I think the Premier League,
It'll be a European breakaway.
The European Super League.
That's what will ultimately.
The European Super League isn't going away anytime soon. That actual.
But that's
concept.
What will break the Premier League.
So that's what's going to happen. Well done, Jack Grealish.
It'll be a case of UEFA or FIFA saying, tell you what, fuck that salary cap over here. Here's unlimited over here. And we'll get the Saudi clubs involved and the American clubs involved. And we'll have a global league. That's where it's going. It's going to be like the NFL for me, absolutely.
And
you might have a European and an American with all North and South American teams in, and you'll have a Middle East division, and they'll play off for the World Championship at the end of the year, which is the World Club trophy nonsense.
This is, for me, this is my opinion on it. Saudi are dipping the toe in now with the football, trying to create some sort of noise and some sort of, God, that was unlucky for them, but it looks a bit nasty. So the Saudis are now seeing how popular can this be? What can we do? And in about 5 or 6 years' time, they're going to say, right, here's all the money you can imagine. Let's go and make the biggest league in Europe. Let's get them all in, because Barca are up shit.
Make it a global league.
Barca are up shit creek without a paddle at the minute in terms of finances. United are in over £1 billion of debt. The debt involved in football is astronomical.
The only way they can do this is they make it a global league, because then you pull in a global audience.
It's the only way they can do it.
You have a team in Mexico and you get all the Mexicans. You have a team in India. You got, whatever it is. I'm not saying it's Indian players, but it's an Indian team that filters into, Mumbai City, who are fucking bankrolled by the richest man in fucking India, and they go out and buy. There's like a draft. All the top players go to it. I
wouldn't even see they need to be bankrolled. I think the money from Ace, I think it'll be Saudi. The money that the Saudi will throw at these clubs will be huge. It'll be, you're right, it'll be a Mumbai FC, but they'll be getting 600-700 million a season just off the league its own, without any other rights.
These big teams already own 5 or 6 properties all across the globe. Like, so Man City own Melbourne, they own like every team now, and they're already, I believe, setting it up to ensure themselves against some of the. It's only a matter of time before, we've seen Chelsea get taken off Abramovich by the government. So it shows you the power that governments have. If you're seeing, as we are in football in this country, people asking for a government regulator to go in. We've got a war going on between the major league and the agents about a salary cap. Like, these are all rumblings of, if I'm FIFA, I'm sitting here going, it's only a matter of time before we get this breakaway. Florentino Perez wants it.
Yeah.
Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and etc. They're already signed up to go, let's get the fuck out of this. Qatari's own PSG. Newcastle and Man City are owned by
Liverpool, Russia, the Americans.
Qataris and obviously Saudis. It's only a matter of time before they kill off the English football pyramid, and then the Premier League is killed off, because the money is ultimately going to be the deciding factor. Money talks, and in our game, it's only a matter of time that before the big clubs go, you know what, fuck playing Leicester, fuck playing fucking Everton, let's fucking go and play Barcelona every week. In other news, Barca reopened the new camp at the weekend.
I did you reopen it? I haven't seen it.
Reopened. I mean,
it's a closed, small capacity, not a small capacity. I think 40,000 or something.
I know, because Ned went to Barca about 2 weeks ago and drove past it and he said it's nowhere near finished.
No, it's a shithole.
He said it's a building site, so I'm shocked he opened it this weekend. But still, I think that's one of the stadiums now. And if you talk to me of new stadiums, I mean, Everton's looked pretty decent inside the stadium, but I think Barca's is the only one that's kind of kept the old.
Yeah, it's tied it in a little bit. Like the Bernabeu looks unbelievable. What they've done to that. The
Bernabeu, but it still looks very forced. The Bernabeu.
Yeah, but it's still on the same platform it was on.
It is, but because the Bernabeu was iconic. This one looks again a bit. It's still iconic, but it's just
Bayern's
not.
Stadium looks unbelievable at the Allianz Arena that they had there.
I just think if you show me that stadium, if you show me Barca Stadium,
you've got to win
new
the
one.
Next 5 minutes here, 5 minutes at a time. Start going killing the game.
I'm saying Barca Stadium is the one that's kept its old traditions.
Seen his tweet this week about the Premier League's new sustainability and systematic resilience rules.
Yeah,
and he came out and said, "Look, it favours the big brands again.
It does."
And it points towards encouraging short-term decision making.
But the one they voted against, the anchoring one, which actually Liverpool and Arsenal voted for.
But again, what's his squad cost ratio?
85% squad cost ratio. Yeah, it's all new rules.
Do you know what I mean? It's just
making these up, yeah.
It's basically the first year's about 130% squad cost.
What's happened to Man City's 115 charges?
Well, we should learn. Oh,
got to hit it there. Some point.
The first when he was just outside the box. The new PSR rules, they're not really called that no more. It is favouring the big ones, because the anchoring one, it let the smaller clubs spend more than the bigger clubs. So, because it give a limit on the highest, turn and turnover. So, like City and Chelsea, I voted against it, but Liverpool and Arsenal voted for it. To be fair to them, so there were some of the big clubs who said, "Okay, let's do it." But I was shocked that they voted.
On, lads.
Oh,
Wouldn't think Everton have had fucking
10 men.
less here, you know?
With me on Grealish, and he's been like this all season. He's still not nowhere near fully match fit.
He's fucking grafting his bollocks off here.
He's been good. Yeah, he's been good defensively. Yeah, but I want to see when he was at Villa. That
In the
when he
10,
was seen in the middle.
I think Pep's obviously changed his game a little bit as well. Do you know what I mean? In terms of
he's like
looks a little bit shot.
He took a bit off him,
like so deserved.
He looks a bit robotic. Do you mean like he's been?
No, it just looks like it's too easy for him. Like he hasn't really. You know what I mean?
He does look he's blown out of his ass there. Like,
be fair, they've been down to 10 for fucking a long period. You know,
I know it's been like that all season. I'm still waiting for him to go. But he's been like that all season. He's just mainly stood out on the wing. He's done his job really well. He's been brilliant for us. But I just want to see him do more.
Where's the main man? Beto usually gets a run out here.
Have you seen tonight at Old Trafford? It's the opening of the largest safe standing area in the Premier League at Old Trafford tonight.
For the mice, 3 blind mice in there, how do you get?
Yeah.
Pied Piper in there, getting all the mice out.
Half it's flooded as well. But yeah, so they've opened the safe standing area, and it's the largest safe standing area in the Premier League tonight.
Come on, big last 20
Have
years.
Everton got any safe standing?
End is this?
Must be, yeah.
Have Everton got safe standing in
in the Cop when because they emptied out relatively early at Liverpool Stadium at the weekend. I didn't realise it's a good chance for Bruno.
Why do you go with the right foot? Just go with your left peg there.
I'll sort that, lad. I'll sort that.
I don't even know.
Camera's on you, lad. I'll sort it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right there, or what?
Yeah, you said.
Use, yeah. Just so I can see me board. We had
It's alright, lad.
We had
Just there.
a BBC programme this week that ran a poll to say, is multiculturalism working?
How funny was
And
that?
it came back, 5% said yes, 95% of the BBC's on their own poll said no.
What's the definition of multiculturalism, please?
It would be
different cultures
bringing lots of
integrating
people in from different
society as a whole.
Yeah, and trying to merge them as one.
I think they were looking for more like 60-40.
Yeah.
I don't think they were expecting. I think
95%.
I think the ship sailed, hasn't it? I think everybody's now like, look, this is a huge problem.
Yeah, it's...
But yeah, I don't think they were.
Do you see them when she was going? How
are we going to address this? How are we going to spin this one?
Who was on? Was that the woman on? Was that what's her name? The blonde hair who was sat on the couch with them. Who was there?
Don't know.
Is that Vivian Westwood? Was that or someone? Who was that?
Vivian Westwood. She's dead.
Not Vivian Westwood.
Designer.
Vivian Westwood. There was it looked like on the couch. I was thinking
because
she was looking around. She was looking around, going, "Oh my God, what's this?" It was quite funny actually.
The weekend results: Newcastle playing Man City.
Yeah.
I thought that goal should have been ruled out for offside.
Oh yeah, it was offside.
I don't know how VAR has said he was. You could see Bruno.
You didn't need lines to see that was offside.
But I don't get how the VAR's gone in and tried to make it look like he's onside. Because he looked offside.
Because we haven't got the technology. We haven't got the technology to give those kinds of decisions right now. If you looked at the technology now, it was a centre half. Was it Rodri jumping? Who was jumping?
Ruben Diaz.
Ruben Diaz jumping. And when you looked at the real picture, he was stood on the floor.
Yeah,
it was
embarrassing.
I thought,
they're going to stop that. It's going to be this loud. And then when he gave the goal, it was like, what the fuck is he in here? So I don't know what's going on. They're moaning about the Foden challenge. I mean, you've seen them give and seen them not. He does make contact with it, but defenders get a little bit of credibility off the referee for sliding in to try and block a shot.
If they've had a shot. Because he's so poked it, ain't he?
Yeah.
If he's fucking smart there.
He just thinks it.
That tiny little touch.
Tiny thing.
He's got him bad, to be fair.
Don't
also, if you have a shot and you get clattered, the refs don't really.
I've never seen them giving.
But that's in the rules, though, and I think that's fair enough for me.
I've never seen them giving his pens once he gets a shot off.
Pep again after the game.
Embarrassing.
What's he like with
honestly?
It started to do my head in. Like the way he is when they get beaten, he's like grabbing people. I'm like,
grabbing the camera and doing all that. It was like,
no, it was more with Guimaraes, and I'm like, that's not your player. Like fucking Eddie Howe. just to be fair to Tyndall turns up as if to say, what are you doing with our players? Like, and then I've only seen afterwards the stuff with the cameraman, but I'm going, what's
cameraman
going on,
it was just him.
I mean, to be fair, he has come out and apologised today and say, look,
Didn't
I'm
mean
fucking...
It.
Well, I know
of course
he has apologised.
I know he apologised.
Again, to more evidence though to back our statement that Newcastle have got the best midfield three in the Premier League.
You can't argue with
Absolutely.
I'm
ran
not
the
having
show.
that Gonzalez for City. I just can't. He doesn't do enough for me.
I've got Grealish get booked in. He's having a naughty word on him.
Have you had a little punt?
Done
Did you
Grealish,
see BBC Sports Personality of the Year is going to go on the 18th of December? Not like anybody gives a solitary fuck about it anymore. It would be nice if we could maybe noise them up, and we'll have a look at who the candidates are, and then we maybe get a little bit of an online thing go together to try and vote for someone who they would hate to win, which could be a good way to noise them up. But also, imagine the outpouring of emotion if we put three fellas on there, and I'm not bothered who hosts it because I don't watch the fucking anyway. But I'm going, there'd be absolute chaos on the socials if they announced there's going to be three male hosts.
Yeah.
You know, we obviously got...
But again, this is like stale white male situation again. No one's asked when it's against white males. It's just...
But they were talking about how it's brilliant, it's record, and people are going, no, it used to be in front of a live audience. You used to actually sell tickets to it. Nobody gives a fuck anymore because it's just in your little studio.
It's in your little bubble.
No one cares. And they're going, favourite for it's got to be Hannah Hampton. And everyone's going, I'm like, what? Who? And then, oh shit, the England goalie fucking from the nonsense pottery.
Yeah.
Is that who's going to be favourite?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
did you put the list in the other day?
No way.
Get the list off.
Hannah
Hampton.
Hampton.
Luke Little is on there. Who's getting on me tits. He started doing me head in. Little fat bastard. Just a little fat, smelly, greasy dart player, isn't he? Can't be sports personality. Yeah, it's a hobby. It's not a sport. Sitting in a pub or sitting in a fucking back room throwing points at a fucking wall is not a sport. It's a hobby. Like playing fucking tiddlywinks. Fucking size of him anyway. He needs to get on the old slim and jabs him. The
Manjaro.
off the kebabs.
Get on me, Luke. Got a dealer.
I don't know whether you've seen this.
Yeah, Chloe Kelly's 6-4.
She
doesn't start for England.
Fucking
She's
hell.
not even a starter.
Honest to God.
She doesn't start for England and she's favourite.
It used to be like a massive thing. It's now become a farce, hasn't it?
Just let them have it.
Again, another reason to get rid of the fucking nonsense pottery, the BBC. Get rid of it.
Rory McIlroy's also 6-4, by the way.
He's too white and too maley, but I ain't got to sniff him.
Lando Norris is 3-1.
Who the fuck's he?
Lando Norris, F1.
Oh, lad, scale electric, glorified. Whoever's got the fastest car, fucking hell.
I've just got tickets for next year again, mate.
What's your top three worst sports?
By the way, did anyone see Beyonce at the...
She looks like she's banged it on.
What?
Aged.
She had like a leather thing on. By the way, I stood next to her on the pyramid stage at Glasgow. I'm not going to say she was flirting with me.
How close did you get?
She was definitely looking in my direction, like air and Solange. I mean, Jay-Z was there, so it made it a little bit uncomfortable for me. I was watching Paolo Nutini. I ended up offering them a tic-tac. And they didn't know what the fuck I was saying. They thought I was speaking Swahili to them.
Speaking French to them.
But I was not a massive Beyonce fan. And then when I seen her up close and personal,
she's outrageous.
She was a very, very sexy lady. Like,
what did she smell like?
Do you know what, lad? I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I was first time in a long time. I've actually been like, fucking hell. I was actually
starstruck.
I'm not even into Destiny's Child, but I was like, fucking hell. I just turned around and Beyonce and Jay-Z are standing next to me. We were watching. My mate Chappers looks after a few bands, the Arctic Monkeys. He's the stage manager and he was looking after Natini. So I got invited onto the pyramid stage Saturday afternoon and she was playing, I think,
Sunday night,
yeah.
And she, as we're talking, just felt like a number of people turn up on the side look like that, and it's only fucking Solange, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and a few security heads. And I was like, fucking hell.
And you offered them a tic-tac.
So I'm like this, I'm like, I was like, didn't know what to do, like panicked. I was like, do you want a tic-tac? And they were like, huh? To be fair, and then none of them took a tic-tac. I said, do you want a polo? I had polo. I want a polo. And Solange and one of the security guys took a polo. Beyonce or Jay-Z didn't, but you know. But I went, wow, she was actually.
Don't take sweets off Scousers.
She was a lot more petite and a lot prettier than I thought, based on the stuff I'd seen about it in the media.
Yeah.
And then I seen her at the Formula One the other day, and I thought, oh my God, she's been on the Kelly Brook diet.
Oh,
what a save.
tell you what.
What a save.
He's kept
Keep
this.
the rave on, get the rave on.
Take
Well,
them
listen,
boots.
my mate is goalie coach, Innie, Big Luke, who comes to Glasgow with us, so obviously he's been learning. Good tip, Geordie lad.
Good header, Josh. Good
Do
header,
you know
lad.
what? It's Pickford's type of game. By the way, Zerchi, I was caning before. No, that is a good header, that.
Good header.
1-1.
Good player.
Come on,
He's
lads.
he's defending like beavers here, by
This
the
could
way.
set us up for a big charge
Just
into
no
Europe
stupid
this
deal.
season.
Back wide.
Gotta
That
defend.
way.
Lad, why isn't Beto on? Is Beto on the bench?
Yeah.
Think.
Barry, I didn't see that stat then.
He's
Yeah,
most
he's
Aerial
most headers.
duels.
Yeah,
Most
I know
aerial
he's
duels
done
won.
all right, but he hasn't had a
'Cause he looks
breather,
like
he hasn't had a 90-minute performance yet, so it's a long stretch.
Isn't he one of them Sudanese?
It's classic Moyes though, isn't it? He's made... Obviously, Coleman was forced off after a couple of minutes. He's only made one sub, is that right? He's only brought Irabooman on.
Can't believe that's Beyonce. They should want a polo.
Is he even made? He's not even on yet.
Lad, what am I meant? I only had polos, didn't have. If I'd had anything else in my pocket, I couldn't say to her. Want to have a Sabalito here?
Oh!
So, classic Moyes.
Moyes.
80 minutes with fucking... Well, 70 minutes with 10 men. He still hasn't made a change away from home.
It is classic.
Sometimes you can disrupt your team, though, making a change.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
Everton
they're all in it now, aren't
digging in,
they?
yeah.
I'm agreeing with that.
They're all knocked in.
I don't think Everton need a change. I
Lad,
don't
we've got
think
5 subs, though. We've been down to 10 men. It's like, give us a fucking breather here. But
Grealish will
also,
come off, do you reckon?
if he gets the job done, he's a genius, isn't he? I mean, that's
It's
hell
a
of a
tough
save.
game to
The
come
one-
onto as a sub though when you're fucking in the trenches like this.
Oh my
They're
god.
doing well, the lads, yeah.
Listen, it's not broke. Don't fucking
Did
sign
you see his
fix it.
face he pulled for even at the ground?
Just
He's
to
like
get
that.
back to Beyonce, I
Oh,
know
here
she's
we
done
go.
the lap with Lewis
just talk
Hamilton.
about it.
Well in, Barry lad. That's his best game in the blue shirt.
Well done, lad. Won loads of headers, well done.
Lad, the main man's going off, but he's also...
He's going for. He's just got to cement it, and
fatigue.
it's just watch this now. United's gonna score.
Beyonce, when I seen it,
Yeah.
I thought, wow, she piled it on. She looked like she had a nappy on in the leather kicks. I mean, you know, if you're a big girl anyway. And people were praising her, going, isn't this great that she's not been on the jabs? I'm like, I suppose that's one way of looking at it. That was the news headlines. What struck me about it was she obviously had the jacket zipped down and you could see her trip knees. Lad, she had all Joe Royals in between her fucking... Lad, she's got all Bofferinos. She's got big fucking... Big bee stings.
Clumsy beekeeper.
Lad, she had Susan Boyles, big Susan Boyles in between. Whether someone's been emptying there. Might have been emptying on there.
God, she does look a bit...
And I was like, wow, she's
But you know what? The first picture.
since I offered her that polo, she hasn't half gone down the Swanee.
See the first picture. They're all zipped up. Look, they're all away. The first. So she's gone on the track, and all of a sudden she's gone. Let's get the babies out. And she's just,
look at me
No, she's gone in
headies.
with Lewis Hamilton and got them out, lad.
yeah,
but
look,
obviously-
she's got them right
yeah,
out.
Wait till you see in between the gap on the close-up. Susan Boyles.
They are. I've never. They're massive.
Fucking sound them.
Yeah, the leather jackets, obviously.
I know, but just Jesus, Mary and
Oh,
Joseph.
Lewis Hamilton drove them round, did he? Yeah, in the car.
Just drove
I'm
Beyonce
looking
round,
at it,
yeah.
now.
Done it,
Lewis
done a
Hamilton
lap
was
with them.
going. Lewis Hamilton was just
Where's
saying.
your gear stick, girl?
Look, saying, see your bed tits. Look at him.
To be fair to Jay-Z, I don't think he's worried about Lewis Hamilton there, is he? He's obviously...
Oh, he should be.
No, I don't think he's bothered, lad. He's a couple of bill behind Lewis is a couple of bill behind Jay-Z there, lad.
Yeah, and Lewis isn't skint though, is he? That
I know, but he's
monocle?
not... Jay-Z's got a little bit more about him, I think, than Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he is a bit of an out there character, but I think he's an uphill gardener, Lewis.
He might be,
Goose
yeah.
Nicole shades, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that was a
he might
fucking
have-
beat, that lad.
Yeah, he might have. But
I think he has a go on both. Probably.
I think a
But
lot of them
I
do.
don't
When you're
think
that.
I don't think he's strictly for one team or the other. Not against it. Listen, it makes you drive faster. Who gives a fuck? Shake and bake.
Yeah,
You're first, you're last then in that game.
get that gear stick moving.
I don't know whether you've seen this. HS Tiki was released from prison and he's been, him and Ed Matthews have been doing footy stuff.
I've seen
Like,
that.
I only seen it because there's a fella who takes off Fabrizio Romano who's an Everton fan, and he was saying we're linked with him. That's what he's popped up on TikTok, saying we're linked with HS Tiki. By the way, Ed Matthews had decent feet, but look, I thought fucking hell, his feet are decent here. And then he had a shot, and it was fucking 3 points for Wigan. I was like, oh yeah, he's just a bit, and they were talking about being on loan at trials at clubs, and HS Tiki. So he was saying he was at West Ham, and he's talking about making a career going into the game. I know he's only on the noise up, but I'm like, lad, you're not that good. Like, he then turned up at the weekend and done a 45-minute stint for somebody, and they just kept giving the ball away and slipping on the ground, going into all mad tackles. And he's talking about, he thinks he's good enough to make it in League 1 or 2. HS Tiki-Toki, if you're watching, lad, you're fucking shite. He had a couple of decent strikes on goal, but that'll have been doctored video, and I'd like to, if you think you're a decent player, we'll get you head on the AstroTurf, and I'll fucking give you the sign-off whether you can make it or not. But based on what I saw, you're not a bad Sunday League player. You might be able to get a game for the Sunday League side, but you haven't got a fucking hope of getting a penny playing in the fucking football pyramid.
That's where we're going now, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to have YouTubers going into football at the lower...
already all over fucking Sky, seeing the fucking big fat disabled person that chunks is on me fucking telly on Sky. This is where your money's going wasted on these tits, ball bag.
But it'll get... They'll get into real clubs, like 90-year-old clubs, and buy them to just try and build something from it on YouTube.
Didn't a celebrity get into a club? Who was it?
Listen, fair play to them. Always remember in football, a fool and his money are easily parted. The amount of clever businessmen I've seen come into football and get absolutely fucking fleeced is untrue.
Very limited.
Listen, they might be doing well on the streams and all that, and they're good on there. You know, seem to be fair. That Mazza commented on the video, on the clips. Did you see it? Mazza's commented on the clips about
I haven't seen it, but I heard
he's saying fucking
lit off my
Chucky. Off Chucky. Yeah,
he's commented. Did he comment on it?
I replied back to him off mine laughing.
Oh, lad, no way.
Yeah, he's commented on it. But also, by the way, the song that they've done, I'm not into that type of music, but it's like, I'm going, fucking hell, it's actually quite catchy.
So Ed Matthews, honestly, I reckon he's hilarious.
It's quite catchy, isn't it? Like, I'm not into that type of music, but I was like, you know what, lads, fucking fair enough. Considering they've just slung it together.
I seen a clip of him talking about Ed was going to asking him, do you go in them
Is he an Evertonian or Liverpudlian, Mazza? Hopefully he's an Evertonian.
I don't know, because he was going to, that Ed Matthews was going to him, do you go in the saunas? He's going, nah. He's going, nah, no, I'm not going no saunas, mate. I was like thinking, yelling with you there. Come on, the saunas, it's brilliant. Nah, not them saunas down there. No chance, mate.
Funny. I reckon Ed Matty, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, my kids are, like, yeah.
He's a bit normal, but he's obviously a bit mad.
He does not.
But he's not like a fucking, he's not like an influencer gimp.
No.
Like he goes around live, doesn't he? Just walking around the streets.
Yeah, but he does. He's funny the way he goes to them the lesbian girls. He said, what does he
lesbian
call
conversion.
Lesbian conversion unit.
My kids are, they were fair play to them, as I say, lad. By the way, the song they've done, if you're into that type of music, I'm not into that type of music, but actually it is really catchy song. I'm like,
me Bird's in the music video as well. Have you seen it?
Your Bird is?
Yeah,
oh, which one? Your ex-Bird?
Chucky, my ex-Bird.
Oh yeah. But even the way they've done it, they've done it at turn there. They haven't made the tit out of her. They've looked after her, and in the video, they've used her quite well from what I've seen. They haven't made the show of her. They're not like buzzing off her.
No, I think that she's unsavable now.
No,
Chucky.
but look, she's struggling to get her, isn't she? But also, they haven't like mugged her off. They've actually done her a turn. They've made her look half presentable in and give her a few quid. So fair play to them.
Yeah, it's the subs now, 87 again. What's this?
Yeah, listen, these are the right subs. By the way, this is some results if we turn them over here. This
Incredible.
is some result with 10.
Fucking hell, unbelievable.
This is an unbelievable
This is some result with 10. A good thing I did see.
And you can sing it again.
Ben versus Eubank 2. Obviously, Conor Ben wins the fight.
Yeah.
Credit to Tay. I've seen Tay Al-Sheikh. I'm not a massive fan of him in terms of, I don't think he's really, like, watching the boxing, he's on his phone the whole thing and chatting to people while fights are going on. So I'm not massive for it. But I seen he donated 2,000 tickets to that fight at Spurs Stadium to the London Black Cabs. So
I've seen that, yeah.
I didn't mind that. I think Eubank, as much as I wanted Ben to win, I think the weight cut killed him. He looked like a fucking corpse in the ring. He didn't look like he had any fucking energy in there. Some people are saying, is he washed up? Is he over the hill? I just thought the weight cut killed him. So
it's all set up for the trilogy.
I don't think the trilogy is there.
Never
I think Conor
no?
Ben.
No,
I don't think. I think Ben and Eubank should do different things.
I think
it's 1-1. I think that'll be the end of it.
I think Eubank needs to call it a day.
The dad's
record.
Ben never won.
Eubank beat him
twice.
Yeah,
three times.
Was it 3 times? Was it?
Somebody said that Chucky got kicked out of the Adelphi for smoking crack in the room.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
It's right at him, no lad.
What a player!
I know, but still, with them little arms, he done well to save that.
The thing for me is, I don't want to see Conor Ben won easy. Chris Eubank Jr. looked it wasn't. It was one-sided, and I think Ben drops back down to the weight. There's some good fights there. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, maybe Gervonta Davis, etc. going forward. Teofimo Lopez or someone like that.
What he's doing.
Whereas I think Ben was dead at the weight, and I think he's got to go and fight and try and get himself back on. Maybe Liam Smith again for Ben would be a better option. Sorry, for Eubank, sorry, not Ben, would be a better option. But I don't really want to see that fight again, although I've enjoyed the two fights they've had. The first fight was better than the second fight for me.
If Eubank doesn't call it a day, then I agree. I think Liam Smith...
Get this right, could be two.
He's fell over his own feet.
Alcalaz killed him there.
No, he's fell over his own feet.
Who's that? Got to get back in. Is that Roll? Oh, McNeil. Fucking hell, he hasn't been seen for a while. He was our best player last year.
Ooh. Oh, he's done
very well.
Beautiful defending.
Yeah, well in. Kobe Meehan now pushing on.
Tahi on my bench.
Joshua Jake Paul.
Lad, madness. I can't believe watching that. But again, if you're Joshua, it's free money, just start him in it.
Did you see what Jake Paul tweeted?
If Jake Paul wins, surely that's a fixed fight. We know
I've heard 75 mil each. I've heard.
Is that before anyone wins?
Yeah?
Yeah, I've heard...
Just before Crimbo.
Incredible.
So how would AJ turn that down?
He can't.
You can't?
No chance.
But
just go in and just give him a maker. If AJ fucking wants to, we could get him out there in a round, surely.
He's going to make it go a longer, though. Like,
but I think he might have an agreement. You've got, like, tight, you can't...
4 minutes.
I don't think it's going to be a proper fight. I think it's like a fucking WWF game.
I can't see AJ signing up for a black fight.
No, he's obviously...
But for 75 million, I can't.
But then... What's the alternative? Go and fight Moses Atuma. He doesn't want that action. No one wants to fight that young Moses
Tyson Fury literally saying,
yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that.
It's a young man's game, boxing. AJ for me is shot. He's never gonna get back to world level because
it'd be such an AJ thing to do.
He's getting filled in.
Why is Mbeumo
to fucking
get
beat?
There's three defenders there, and Mbeumo running the back post. You run your diag to the front.
It's mad that is even happening. Isn't it? I mean, he was fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. He was
Someone's
like
actually just put it in the chat. Yeah. Apparently Lescott said he'll want a misfit fight with you.
Lescott?
Yeah.
Lad, he can't fight with Lescott.
Because he's fucking got someone's made it up.
Can't fight with a fucking with a load of astroturf velcroed onto the top of your head.
You'll punch his wig off.
Can't fight, lad. Can't come in with fucking with a microphone on that's stuck to the top of your head.
Now,
your own
that's
hair.
it.
Oh, he's in.
And also, lad, what happens if I hit him right in the fod and he just fucking cracks his head back open? Because if you fight an egg and the egg's already being broken, what happens if I kill him? Like, I don't need that on my record, do I? The fucking last thing I need. Listen, Al Napoli, as I say, he's a grass. So he went and told tales and he's a grass. So I wouldn't even share the ring with him because every time I see him, he's just going to get called a snitch, you little grass, you little snitch, you little FA informer, you little busy informer. So he's got no credibility with me. And the fact that he's spraying black styrofoam on the front of his head to try and pretend he's got a fucking full fringe is fucking beyond laughable. Get rid of it. Lad, he's got to score there.
How's he just hit that with his bottom?
So that man has got zero respect from me. He's a fucking amoeba.
I thought that's why you might take it and starch him out.
Lad, the eggshell is already cracked.
Exactly.
So why am I gonna eat? Why would you can't hang around with snitches, lad.
He's playing for that with his short FC,
isn't he? Punching his head in.
Snitch.
And getting weighed in.
Snitch, lad.
Has Andrew Tate announced the fight or something?
I don't know.
He's the
Andrew Tate versus Chase. Is that Chase?
Felwell.
And Andrew Tate is misfit.
Felwell and Patrick Stewart potted at Rangers. So obviously, because the Rangers fans are just fucking turned against them. The recruitment's been shite. I think the Chimetti deal looks
Felwell had to go.
Stinks that Chimetti deal.
When they pulled him in the hotel, that was the final nail cough.
Oh no.
Oh my God! Please don't tell me he's put his hands up.
Get rid. Go on, we'll score. Oh, go on then. Yeah, Beto.
Oh, he's both Why did they both run away from him?
Oh my God.
Easy.
Yeah, that.
Good header, lad.
Yeah, great.
Tell you what, you were in the Irish bar, lad, for the Troy Parrott winner. What was that like, Josh? You were in the Irish bar watching the Paddies?
Yeah, was in Lanigan's. Fucking brilliant. Just kind of sensed that they were going to score. One of them games.
2-0 down.
As long as they were
2-1 down, 1-0 down, 2-1 down.
2-1 down. But you just knew as long as they stayed in the game that there was just always going to be a chance. And fair play to that Troy Parry, he's a sniffer.
Lad, he's going to be bigger than Kelly Brook because he's not going to be able to go anywhere without Guinness getting pulled down his throat, isn't he? For the rest of his life.
The airport, didn't he?
And the jocks as well. That's probably the...
Lad, what about the goals?
Oh, what a game, honestly.
McTominay, what a goal that was.
That was the highest.
Tierney's
That was the highest.
and then McLean's for the fourth.
Was it the highest overhead kick? McTominay's.
Oh, lad, there was some goal.
See Ronaldo's?
Yeah, she Ronaldo was
It's a
80s.
fucking nonsense league, though, innit? It's a
Lad,
nonsense part of league.
Unbelievable.
Playing
though.
against a lot of camel head.
Yeah, that should be it.
Them fellas
Now-
the camels during the afternoon and play footy in the night.
First time.
It's gone to the corner flag. We've won the game.
Fair enough.
Go on, Jimmy. What have I got for you? I don't know whether you've seen this, but there's been a mad thing that the scientific study's been done. I know that Bill Gates and that would have to get rid of cows because they fart and it releases carbon gases. No, Bill was wrong. Cows are actually carbon negative.
Why?
So that means they actually get rid of carbon off the planet.
Done.
What a
Well done,
result
lads.
that is.
Well done, lads.
Fucking result that is.
Honestly,
What a
That's
win.
us above
Unbelievable.
views.
How has he done that?
What a win. The
So
lad, they're
can-
absolutely shit without Cunha.
Can anyone now fucking shut back up about Ruben Amorim? Evan have just had 10 men for 80 minutes there, and he's done
And-
absolutely jack
And
shit.
there's,
that isn't unbelievable.
you know, Pickford's man of the match for me, but I think Everton deserved that.
What have you been down to 10
I
men?
called it, lads.
10 men from what?
That's some
early
result,
doors.
that,
I
you
did
know.
say 1-0.
That is some result, that, to be fair. So cows are carbon negative. Like we fucking didn't know that anyway. As if cows are causing problems to the planet. Just because Bill Gates wants you to eat fucking mosquito larvae in fucking burger patties because he'll no doubt have shares in the fucking company.
Yeah.
Fucking
Have you seen
imbecile.
Bill Gates has now said that it's not that the climate change isn't that bad or something?
Well, this is the thing. In the 1960s, they said oil's going to be gone in 10 years. All right. In the 1970s, there's going to be another ice age in 10 years. In the 1980s, it was acid rain's going to be ruining crops in the next 10 years, going to destroy crops. In the 1990s, the ozone layer's failing. There's a hole in the ozone layer and that's going to fucking heat the planet up. And in the 2000s, it's like, the ice caps are melting and there's going to be a rise in fucking in the next 10 years. So none of it's happened. But every single one of those fucking nonsenses that have come down the track from the noise that's been made by propaganda has resulted in more taxes. And climate change is the next one. Well, but there's climate change. We need energy, but the price is going up. We need more money off you. It's a fucking scam. All of it is a scam designed to put fear into people and force you to pay more money in taxes to them, so they profiteer off.
Well, it's feeding you to put your money into eco energy, which obviously, if you follow the paper trail, you'll all have some kind of dipping the bread in somewhere down the line of these wind farms and solar farms and stuff. Don't get me wrong, solar energy is vital for the future. That how we're going to produce energy. Look, the way China's doing it now, that's the blueprint for solar energy for the rest of the world. But still,
China's doing solar energy by building fucking a gas-powered station every week. That's how China are doing that much for solar.
Size of the Isle of, I think it was it Sicily or some island, which is a big island. If you put solar panels on the whole of that, it would power the whole of the world.
Yeah, but what's the thing about wind farms? And then if you get too much wind, they fucking turn off because they can't handle the wind. It's a fucking load of shit.
Yeah, wind farms are
nuclear
nonsense.
is the only way to do
Fusion
it.
is
And
the
nuclear only goes wrong due to human error.
Yeah, fusion.
So clean nuclear power, we must be able as a nation, as a race of humanity, to develop a clean way of using nuclear. Because it's an unlimited energy source.
I'm not a lip reader, but Jordan Pickford just said, I don't know how I've done that. Just to someone.
Brilliant.
Don't know how I've done that.
That's a fucking incredible result, that. And also, it takes us above
United team, no.
What's that?
United team. They didn't really have any clear-cut
Pickford's made a few
chances.
good
Pickford, I thought Pickford was one of the match.
That lit one at the end was probably the
No,
best
Paul
chance.
Pickford made 3 really good
Now
saves.
what needs to happen is Michael Keane needs to go inside, get hold of a Idrissa Gueye and fucking tombstone him rather than the old dressing room.
And rip his tights off.
Like, imagine how much of a cunt.
Not in that
Evan
way.
would have won about 6-0 if he'd have stayed on the park.
Go on, the Blues.
A big thing for me was 2-tier. We're hearing about 2-tier. Don't know whether you've seen it this week. Bob Villan, who'd been on stage at Glastonbury and in other performances calling for the death of people on his stage, has got an NFA from the police and no further action from the Crown Prosecution Service. And Lucy Connolly, for a throwaway tweet in response to the kids being massacred in Southport,
got jail.
that was deleted within the hour, got 31 months jail. So I'm like, how is that right?
Yeah, it's not. It's 2 tier. We know that.
And then Bob Villan's on the thingio saying the government have used all its institutions, the police, not to come after me. I'm like, are you fucking joking?
If you watch back what you said on that stage, and you literally banged it right.
Yeah, I can't bear the fella, and the more I hear him speak, the more and more I think he's a plum.
I might fucking message him and see if he wants to come on a podcast.
Yeah, I'll quite happily get on it with him because he's one of these people who hate the country he lives in. So if you hate it that much, fuck off.
Have a look
Dead
at that
simple.
league.
Man United. They
Spurs
were going
again,
on like. Did you see Rio and who's the fat tit who does the show with them? The house and.
Oh, I don't know.
He's still doing it. Obviously, Rio's doing this. I think he's having a full midlife crisis. He's doing all mad stuff, and they're on saying, "Where's the Gary Neville and Carragher talking to sitting down like they did with Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim and the pressure for Arne Slot?" I'm like, about your tits. Arne Slot won the Premier League last year.
He's won the Premier League.
He's lost a few games recently, and he's going to be under the microscope. But also, he's got the Premier League in his skyrocket in his first year. So. Settle the fuck down, you pair of fucking gimps.
Arne Slot's team walking around with the fucking gold Premier League badge.
Tottenham Hotspur, the first team in Premier League history, this is right up your street, Cambo, to announce a official hair transplant partner.
Doesn't work, don't do it.
James Maddison was the poster boy for it.
James
People
Maddison.
were putting Andros Townsend on the finger because he played for Spurs. It's strange, isn't it, that you have a hair fucking...
Hair transplant partner, that shows how much money's in it.
We had... Another thing, this is on an international. Potentially, Germany are going to put mandatory military service in from the 1st of January 2026, which is quite scary, especially when you see our Defence Secretary, who we talked about earlier, John Healey, who's the Secretary of Defence for the UK, talking about Russian ships right on the edge of our waters at this moment. And what are we going to do? They've been shooting lasers at some of our, planes and ships to try and discombobulate them. And I'm going, what the fuck are we going to do? We've got a standing army that is a militia because it's less than 10,000 standing soldiers. We've got the government going after troops from the 80s and 70s in Northern Ireland. We've seen this week, John McAleese, seen who I follow on social media, saying... he's disgraced the disgrace at the government because they're going after people from the SAS regiment who've done the government's bidding or the powers that be's bidding in these interventions in foreign conflicts. And then the SAS now are going to start suing the government for them going back over, veterans from these campaigns to try and give them, criminal records and prosecute them because of, the Labour Party's stance towards what's happened in Northern Ireland. Now, this is insane when you think, we've got people who were, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. So we've got people who are serving or in government, in Sinn Féin or whatever, who have got links to terrorist organisations. Where I'm not saying I believe they are, but they're classified by the British government. And we're actually actively prosecuting and trying to prosecute our veterans and soldiers who've been sent there, not by their own accord. They haven't gone on their own accord to do it. They've been told as part of their military conscription that they have to go and do these jobs. And then, they're being prosecuted and persecuted years after for doing what they were told to do. They were trained to do. It's fucking insane. And thankfully the SAS have said, nah, get fucked, we've had enough of you. And I honestly believe when stuff like that starts happening, we understand that society is failing. If we're going after people who've been told to do a job for the country, and in the midst of doing that job, 20, 30 years later, getting a knock on the door to say, sorry, we're going to prosecute you. It's like, you fucking sent me to do it.
Well, but they're not just 20, 30 later, they're also having, we were talking before about Conor McGregor going to that place in Mexico, what was it called?
I don't know, he's gone and got the Ibogaine.
But there's the Netflix show where all the ex-veterans are losing their marbles are going over there, but so they're not just being knocked on the door in 30 years time, they're also having bad PTSD right now for being told to do something what's fucking wrong.
This is a cracker. So Nick Ferrari on LBC was blasting the government this week because they've set up a helpline for veterans, right? But nobody's answered it when they're ringing it. It just rings out, there's no answer. So he's like, does anybody actually care?
Taking the piss.
So you've got a veterans helpline that the veterans, if they're struggling, can ring, but nobody ever answers the phone. It just gives you the rubber knocker.
Just gives you the fucking
did they actually
answer
fucking
machine.
Care? Like, it's embarrassing that we treat our veterans like this, and we've got veterans on the streets and illegal invaders getting cushy food and warm and fucking mobile phones and everything. It's a fucking shambles.
We done the maths on ChatGPT, and it would have cost, I think I said it was 13 billion to home our homeless. That's all of them, not just veterans. And the illegal invaders, as a total, was about 15 billion. So it was cheaper to house our own than to have. But we know it's political, so we can't even go there. We know it's nothing to do.
It's not only that. When you realise that we've sent last year, I think 133 million to Pakistan in foreign aid, who's a nuclear capable country, right? We've spent 133 million. We also send. This is gonna fucking blow your mind, this, because I've never known how of any pop group. Can anybody name me a pop group from Ethiopia? No. Anybody? No? Well, we spent £5.2 million of taxpayers' money trying to find an Ethiopian version of the Spice Girls.
Oh.
Exactly.
What?
No way.
We have spent £5.2 million of taxpayers' money to find an Ethiopian version of the Spice Girls. All right, we've got pensioners freezing, veterans on the street, and we're spending 133 million in Pakistan on what? And we're spending £5 million on Ethiopian version of the Spice Girls. Well, I kid you not, that is fucking the data.
Well, I know. I was reading. I had something on my phone.
Did anybody see the dear leader Keir Starmer make his glorious, what would you call it when you? Performance where he turned up and he was looking dead cool and he's walking into the G20 summit in Africa and he's as he's walking he trips and stumbles. And then down the street come out like North Korean and say, nobody showed that clip, you're not allowed to show that clip, everybody take that clip down. And obviously everybody then went, yeah, well obviously we're not going to do that. Fucking made sure the clip went viral. But they put out a press release to say nobody showed that clip. It's like, he's a fucking buffoon. Right, and if he acts like a buffoon and stumbles like a buffoon,
you get treated like a buffoon.
You're gonna get fucking. It's gonna get shown.
Have a guess how much?
As much as you think we do.
Have a guess how much labour I've sent overseas to the likes of Syria, Yemen, Somalia, Nigeria, Congo.
£1 is too much.
So since Labour's got in power,
£1 is too much.
5.35 billion.
Yeah, £1 is too much because our country is on its fucking knees. The NHS, I'm told, on its knees. Pensioners are getting the fucking winter fuel allowance cut. Veterans are fucking on the street. We've got a homeless problem. We've got cost of living going through the roof. We're having people's kids fucking.
We're getting taxed more and more. Your council tax is going to pay for this.
We're sending money abroad. It's a shambles. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? So I'll have to put this to you. This comes from George Orwell. This is a quote. What sickens me about left-wing people, especially the intellectuals, is their utter ignorance of the way things actually happen. All right? Now, Orwell's 1984, I have to explain this to you, right? Socialism. So, socialism, communism, fascism, Nazism, anarchism, and capitalism. So, socialism is you've got 2 cows, all right? And you have to give one to your neighbour. So someone said, how'd you sum this up? And it was a little quote that was in the paper. How'd you sum these things up quite quickly? So socialism is basically you've got 2 cows and you have to give one of the cows to your neighbour. Communism is you've got 2 cows, you give both to the government and they give you milk from the cows, all right? Fascism is you've got 2 cows, you give both to the government. The government take both off you and sells them.
Yeah.
Nazism, you have 2 cows, the government shoots you and takes both cows. All right?
Yeah.
Anarchism, you have 2 cows, you keep both, you shoot the government's agent who comes for your cows and you steal another cow. All right? And capitalism, you have 2 cows, you sell one and you buy a bull.
Yes, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like when you look at like where we are with this left-wing position of suicidal empathy, sending any money abroad at this moment in time is fucking outrageous. We haven't any to send. Like when our house is watertight and all our citizens who've paid tax and paid into the pensions are looked after and taken care of, and they're getting the required treatment that they deserve for the contributions to society. Once we're full and everyone's taken care of, then we go, right, who else can we help? And again, but at this moment, We are a fucking basket case, and we cannot afford to be sending money to Ethiopian versions of the Spice Girls.
It's
a fucking nonsense.
I've heard some mad stuff, you know, and that's one of the maddest things I've ever heard.
Well, the maddest thing you're gonna hear, is: has anybody heard of Nick Brown, who's the former Labour Party
I've heard of
whip?
this.
Keir Starmer's fucking, and it's been taken out of the circulation, and the super injunction.
I don't think you can say what
unaware of.
And is he still getting paid?
I don't know, but it's fucking bad stuff. It's bad stuff.
Oh, it's horrific. You know, when it's one of them tweets you read,
was battered and killed by a dad, a young girl I think she was a young Muslim girl. And the neighbours have come out. Everyone was aware of it, that there was bad stuff going on in the house. And the neighbours have come out and said, we were in fear of being called racist if we reported the abuse that she was getting. This is the problem in society. When you weaponise language and you keep calling people who you don't agree with fascists and racists and Nazis and all the nonsense that the left call people, you know, this fucking crazy mindset, then crazy shit goes unchecked because people are fearful of raising the head above the pulpit for the names that they might be smeared with.
Yeah, no, it's wrong.
Innocent people have mad stuff happen to them that could be avoided if people had some fucking gumption and went, I couldn't give a fuck what you call me. That's wrong, and we're taking it on.
But it's got to stop somewhere. This can't carry on forever like this. It's got to stop.
Well, again, David Icke talking today about the left and right, and what they're driving you towards is division and a civil war. That's what they want, so they can go, right, well, we need to now put more constraints and more fucking boundaries on yours because you're fucking trying to kill each other. And I think they're stoking the pot, they're stoking the tensions. I mean, you only have to look at the propaganda machine at the BBC and the nonsense it covers up. The thing is, now the cat's out the bag because your Middle Englanders are now fully aware of this situation. This is no longer a right-wing position to go, oh, there's something mad going on in our country. This is affecting most towns and cities across the UK. We're seeing rampant illegal immigration in Ireland. We're seeing the same in the UK. And the people have had enough. And, you know, the politicians haven't listened. Successive governments haven't listened. So, you know, I don't know what we do about it. But if they keep refusing to listen, then it's only going to end one way.
It's going one way. We've been saying for a while it's only going to go one way, but they've got to stop it going that way, because once you cross over that threshold of a civil war, we're going to call it a civil war, there's no way back.
The problem is now, I've seen the Christmas markets again back on the Albert Dock. They've moved from the George's Hall to the Albert Dock. You know, we've seen the video this week of the Tower of London, and there's armed guards walking around the Christmas markets, armed guards walking around the Tower of London.
Outside, barriers.
And that's not for us. Gary Neville thinks it's for the Middle Englanders, for the middle class or the middle-aged white men. You know, some people would argue that that's for your Lucy Conleys of this world. It's fucking not. It's for the fucking noble peace warriors, because they're the only people who cause fucking havoc. It's not to protect. It's not to protect us from somebody tweeting fucking the discontent online. It's not the middle-aged white man who's gonna fucking go apeshit and fucking crash himself into a Christmas market. So they're fully aware that where the threat comes from. As I say, MI5 have got 40,000 people of a certain persuasion on the terrorist watch list.
Well, what was the stat? It was at 98% of terror-related deaths since 2000.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you know, as I say, since
you
September,
can't argue with facts.
September 2001, we've had 44,000 incidents
in the world
from one religion.
It's
now
outrageous.
That is beyond a coincidence for me. And I'm not saying that every Muslim is the same. I'm not saying that everyone, it's dangerous to generalise, but also we can figure out that there's certainly some dangerous rhetoric that's coming from a certain religious persuasion.
Does Bruno lose his money?
I'm not having Bruno at all.
I know. Do you know what, lad? I'm fully with you now.
Lad, no way. Do you remember Brains who used to walk around?
Yeah.
He's only popped up on TikTok just now.
I seen him on Where's He At the other day.
Someone shouted him a sum up and he's got it straight away.
Yeah,
ask him what time is it?
Was he from Highton?
Yeah, Brains.
He used to live on our estate, lad. He's a human calculator.
Yeah, you should ask him. You should say, Brains, what time is it? And he'd go,
no, you'd say to him,
26 minutes past 4.
This was yesterday.
No, you'd say to him, Brains, how many seconds old am I? And you go, what's your date of birth? You tell him, and you go, well, but you'd already doing it in your calculator. And
he'd got a quiz on
it.
He knew how many seconds old you were.
He looked at the sky and tell you what time it was.
Walking around with all egg in his beard and all that. Stinks. Walking around. He's clearly not well, but obviously he's boffing.
Yeah.
He must have worked for the government in some form of fashion, him, during the war.
He looked
He's
like
a human calculator.
He looked like. Did you ever see that fella? Did you ever watch Friends? No.
I do, yeah, I do watch
You know
Friends,
the fella with the dressing gown and live below them all.
Yeah,
He looked like brains.
I've covered off loads of stuff. This was a mad one I had to speak to you about. There's information. There's an investigation going on at the minute into. It's the first one of the first wars I can remember. In 1992 to 1994, the war in the Balkan states in Yugoslavia. And they found out that there was basically, or they're investigating, that there's allegations that there was a human safari going on. What? That there was people from Britain, Italy, coming in and shooting people dead, sniping people, shooting, coming in for the human safari. And there's a lot of allegations. There's some quite credible people saying, no, there was 8 or 9 foreign interlopers coming in and shooting people dead.
So what were they having it, like a big field or something? Just letting...
They were just coming in with what?
Apocalypse Now?
Like a Squid Game, lad.
Oh. Is it Apocalypse Now? Was that
nuts.
No, what was that? Hunger Games?
If that goes on and you're going,
Hunger?
How is that going on in this fucking world that we live in?
But do you know what? If stuff like that's happening then, could be worse.
If that's going on, then obviously there's
all this shit
like going on.
But I was looking. Have you seen the Epstein? I'm not going to mention no names in here who were on the lists. But some of it come out the other day about the British people who were on lists of the Epstein files. I was shocked.
But there could have been loads of people who've just fucking gone and doing a business with them. I'm not saying everybody who's on the flight logs.
No, this wasn't a flight log. This was just Epstein file logs or something. So this wasn't the flight logs.
Lad,
so this is people who had business links with them.
This is an incredible, powerful people who've been there because he's been bumped off, in my opinion. And nobody's fucking not. If Donald Trump and the FBI can't mention it, think how powerful these people must be. Because
who are we saying?
The government can't keep.
I've got my theory of
expensive scandal under wraps. So imagine how powerful these people are. Like even the Hollywood people with Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement and all that. Like there's lots of people who've been thrown under the bus who were rich, powerful, and famous, and yet nothing on this, and Maxwell and the royal family and it's fucking peculiar. And the fact that the longer it goes on, the more and more sinister it gets to me.
Yeah, no, it does. It gets.
Bill Clinton's clearly all over it. The fact he had a picture of Bill Clinton in a dress on his painted on his wall. Clearly, Bill's been up to no good in there. Clearly,
but it's the British people who are on these file logs, and it's like some very new recent.
Manderson's letter to him. It's fucking and. By the way, Prince Andrew's stuff to him about. We'll have some more fun when this blows over, pretty much, or whatever. He's thought Prince Andrew, the videos of Prince Andrew and the stuff he's had on Prince Andrew was going to protect him. He's gone, there's no way they're going to fucking get me. But I'm going, the MI5 or MI6 must have known what Prince Andrew was up to, because all the people come out who was talking about Prince Andrew having all the teddy bears and people saying he had the punch on for fucking weirdness anyway. So are you telling me our intelligence services, because I believe we've got decent intelligence, albeit fucking don't know where they are or what they're doing at the minute, probably fucking looking at tweets. Are you telling me our covert fucking intelligence aren't aware of this? So I think they're aware of it.
And it's
part of the puppet show.
Part of the puppet show.
How did it end up coming out about Andrew? The girl?
Yeah. I think Epstein was blackmailing him.
Don't mention the name.
Blackmailing.
She was on the list.
Yeah, I mean, once you go black, you don't come back, don't you? So who knows?
Was it on camera?
Should I not have shown that?
No, I'm showing that.
I'll change it to that camera.
I'm just going to change the subject here because there's a couple of things I want to get into. I know where I want to finish this. Yeah. Did anybody see in the Under-17 World Cup, Japan played North Korea? So you know where the players in the end?
Where did?
Yeah, it's been a FIFA investigation of it.
Fully digging their hands.
Fully cracking them.
All the North Korean
players.
players.
It's a fist bump, in it? Punching them.
Or like whatever, like a fist bump or handshake. They were fucking like... There was one kid especially who was just like, whack, whack. I was like,
there's a full investigation into it.
Fair enough.
It was nuts, yeah. It was. I was watching it going, fucking hell. But yeah, it was a strange one. Another one, the grooming gangs, the rape gangs, whatever you want to call them, they found loads of people who were connected to them signing up and trying to get jobs, working in the charities of the victims.
Oh, I've seen that. To manipulate. Oh, so bad.
Why are these people not being round up and deported? Like, people did say, you know what, not just them, round all the families up and get rid of them. I am now in that boat. I'm like, nah, yous aren't embarrassed.
They're not innocent.
Yous have actually allowed this to happen because, in my opinion, this is something that is a racially motivated crime, as well as it being heinous paedophilia. I believe that the targeting people because they see them as inferior or whatever it says in their religious
I'm going to say it's their book what's dictating to them who they can and can't, because they don't go after young brown girls, do they? It's just a certain young white girls.
Was it not in? I seen something mad the other day that it was in the book to they're allowed to rape people of other cultures or something. I don't want to. I don't.
Take them as sex slaves and stuff
Something
like
that. Yeah, like it's actually in the book.
It is.
Is that right?
It depends on the interpretation.
I'm asking this,
by
by the way. I'm not saying anything.
No, it is right, but you're right. It just depends on the interpretation.
Well, the prophet didn't he? He took.
Yeah, so they live by his rules.
It's like bounty of war. He was a warlord. It's like a war bounty. You can take them. It's just like taking a house off them or taking a horse off them, because you take them. They're your property. That's the plunder of war.
Yeah, so it is. But the biggest one is the allow sex with minors, because when they see they hit puberty, that's it, their game.
That's their
once
that's
there's grass
limit.
on the wicket, they can play cricket. Exactly. That's their mindset.
But there's no grass on the wicket at 6 or 9, is there?
Once there's grass on the wicket,
no,
and they bleed, they're live and ready for action.
You can be 9, 10, 11 and be...
But I seen something the other day that he married a 6-year-old and then consummated the marriage at 9. Is that right as well?
Yeah.
In
Tudor
England,
when she was 6, and then when she hit puberty,
consummated the marriage at 9.
Yeah, but in Tudor England,
that was just as bad.
The age of consent was a lot lower. Like
the age of consent's a lot lower in some countries now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, they've kind of got stuck in the 7th century, which is kind of 7th century belief.
You can even go around the world. What is it? Is it the Philippines? What's 14?
Yeah, like it is.
But again, in the world,
different cultures. But again,
you can't play.
The problem is when you bring it here, it's like, right, if you want to do that, then piss off to that country and do that in that country.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in this country, like in America, you can't drink till you're 21. Here, you can drink at 18. You want to drink, American, you have to move here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't drink till you're 21. They're the rules. So there's different rules, in different countries. So if you want to do what you want to do, which is nonsense in our country, paedophilia in our country by our customs, then unfortunately you're going to have to leave our country. What you can't do is come here and then moan and fucking get us to change our rules, because that's not Western Christian values, unfortunately, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, hop it the fuck off. But
that's the issue. What I think, what these lefty liberal weirdo, brown-haired, blue-haired, grey-haired weirdos online are thinking is that now the right wing is what people are being called, is people, we don't want any kind of foreign person in this country, which is not what I'm saying specifically for me. I'm saying if you don't want to integrate and into this country and respect the country's morals, respect the country's culture, respect the country's laws. If you want to come here and you want to integrate your own laws, you want all Christians to die, because that's what Sharia law basically said. We can get stoned to death if we don't become Muslim. Literally fucking big harfy on your head. That's what they want to do to us. Then fuck off out to another country. You can't come here and try and do that here. That's not being racist.
It's relatively common sense.
It's just common sense. I mean, if you want to come here and you want to contribute to the system, you want to pay taxes, you want to integrate, there's loads of cultures that do that. But it's just some certain, especially one certain culture, doesn't want to do that. Not even a minority of them, is it? There's fucking loads of them who don't want to do it. You see a video walking through Tower Hamlets last week, and a fella got a flag ragged off him or something. Yeah, he was being, but they come out in like hordes and surrounded him, bullied them, saying we're taking over, what you're going to do about it and all that.
The thing you were talking about last time, the Tower Hamlets MP who was running as an MP went and tried to get in Bangladesh and didn't get voted in Bangladesh, and then come back. It's like, what the fuck?
How?
And they go, what was he trying to do? And he's just like, oh no, I didn't get voted in anyway. And he's like, how was he voted in here? But again, if you look at these people who talk about diversity, if you watch the overlap and the coming out, what used the favourite away team? There wasn't a single bit of colour in that group. I seen the rest is politics. Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart done a live show and went out, then done a big group photo afterwards.
Yeah, this is where the incident occurred. Sorry from Guy.
And then, absolutely no diversity in their cast. So these people who are bleating on about, refugees are welcome and diversity, actually don't practice it either in the university courses, in the football clubs, or in their everyday practice in their work.
It's just it's a trend, isn't it?
So Keno goes in too tight there
and gets done.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, yeah. I know it's a bad ball from Gay, that.
I know, but he's probably fair though, so
Couple
he
of
does
pushes.
instigate it. Couple of pushes. Pickford gets involved.
Can't believe he's been sent off. That's nuts, you know.
He knows he had to get sent off, didn't he?
By the way, positionally, Keane's in the wrong because he goes diving
Right,
in.
they're going mad.
Idrissa Gueye
Gay's
gets him
going
out of it.
mad,
It's a shit ball from Idrissa Gueye. He's saying use your fucking head. Yeah,
That's a
get off.
shove, that, like.
That's a shove, just fuck off. Then
do you
that's
know
a
what
slap.
though? I'm saying I thought Idrissa Gueye was in the wrong there, and I don't think he is. I think Michael Keane shouldn't push him because he fucks up initially.
Oh, Michael Keane pushed him first, definitely, yeah.
So I was siding with Michael Keane there
Tell you
before.
what.
I actually think he's out of order, Keane, for pushing him.
Listen, he
Keane's-
just...
so
'Cause
I'm not
Keane's
saying he
actually
should have slapped
fucked
him,
up.
by the way, but also they're equally as bad there. Michael Keane doesn't need to push him. Obviously, Idrissa Gueye reacts there, so I didn't see the Keane push beforehand. That's handbags. Moyes got to get in. They've got to wave it. They've won and fucking settle the dressing room back down to keep the fucking momentum going. For
Yeah,
the Toffees.
that's nuts.
That patches over it, the fact that we've won without him, and he'll still get fined a couple of weeks' wages. He still will get done.
Yeah.
Just a little stat on that. Everton have become the first visiting side in Premier League history to beat Man United at Old Trafford, having a man sent off.
Yeah,
All
10
right.
men. Who
The Toffees.
Nigel Brayshaw has just sent a fiver. So, thank you, Nige.
What's he said? What's his question?
In the 80s, I was told that an area of the size of Wales was being destroyed in the rainforest daily. I realise now that they meant the size of Wales with a H. So,
Right.
apparently back in the day, they said
No,
they were
I've heard that one
destroying the
before.
rainforest.
Yeah, but they fucking, for the COP30 the other day, they just ploughed 57 million of taxpayers' money and fucking built a big motorway through it. So for
Yeah.
climate change confidence, they just pull a big motorway through the trees. They're full of shit.
Honestly, the
It's a
world's
money-making
fucked, mate.
scheme from them. They're absolutely full of shit. I mean, there's a couple of things I need to get through here.
Go on, lad.
Joseph Parker, that was a strange one, the boxer,
Yeah.
after the fight with Woodley,
Wood-
Fabio
yeah.
Woodley, who's become a world champion, the Ipswich fan, tested positive for the old char soup.
I know, but wasn't it like on the day or something?
You know, like the day before.
Day before, like, what? How do we fight the next day? You're getting off your tits.
Listen, man, I'm not in a position to comment on it. I don't know. Would you, if you've been on the patties, would you be wanting to fight an heavyweight fight the next night?
Would you?
No.
These two are sitting here wanting to get off now.
Would you? I think you wouldn't, would you? I don't know. Would you?
I don't, unless you feel like invincible.
Surely not.
Don't
Fucking
know.
hell, you
Surely it's
wouldn't
not
do
the
any.
best preparation. You
Like,
could run a protein shake and a fucking...
And a KFC.
Even having a bevy. Like,
Oh,
surely
yeah.
you're
Look,
obviously not in your top. Oh, yeah.
he's spitting at him there, isn't he? Ah, you shit house.
Yeah, but
This-
that's
It happens in footy.
happens, yeah.
Yeah, you're on the edge, aren't you? As you call it.
It happens in footy. Carragher's dying to smack him now.
Yeah,
I've
but-
always decent
Have you ever
player.
had any handbags on the pitch, Joe? Like that?
With my own teammates.
Yeah, like little pushes and pulls.
I told you me and Deza when I was saying to him,
Yeah,
fucking
and the
get out of the way,
changes.
but we sorted that in
Yeah.
the dressing room. That's about as close as I've come to it. But like even there, like you're like, you got to keep that in the dressing room. There's been a few in training where obviously the Darbo one where it fucking went off on the training ground and he ends up fucking getting a few birds tweeting around his head because he got a bit carried away with himself, and your Uncle Joe just had to fucking put him round his place with the old the old
Where did that, so how did that start again? What, like, do you want to tell the story or
we were
not?
playing Man United, weren't we, in the build-up to the derby. Obviously, he's not playing on the Thursday, so he's got a bit of a bee in his bonnet, starts zipping around training, getting flying in. Obviously, if you're starting, you're like, fucking bit late for this, it's March. And he's left a little bit of a late one on me. I'm like, what's this fucking busy cunt up to? So I've clapped him back. He's kicked me back again, I've clapped him back again, and then we start having a bit of verbals, and he's obviously having a pop at me in French and all that, and I just keep saying to him, lad, you're fucking shit, fuck off, you fucking shit. So the session's been shut down by Stuart Pearce, and we're walking in, all of us, and him and Distan and a little bit of Edemy. So he's to Distan, and I'm like, lad, you're fucking shite. But now we're about 20 yards apart. After about the 17th time of me saying to him, you're shit, he's spun on his heels and ran. We're walking off towards the dressing rooms, but he's ahead of me. So he spun on his heels and ran towards me. And as he's got about a yard, he's pulled his arm back. As he's pulled his arm back, I'm not waiting to see what's coming. I know he's not going to tickle me. So I fucking just let rip. But unfortunately for him, I've straight up as I teach the kids, right up the quickest way to the target is dead straight. So jabbed him, and I've jabbed him out. So as I've hit him with a jab, seeing his eyes roll, because a fucking solid jab, if someone's moving forward at the right time, is a very effective punch. Seeing him fucking flip his head back, and obviously the 1-2, the 2's coming as the 2 hits him. I think he was already on his way to fucking Neverland after the jab, because when you pull your arm back like that, someone can have a ding dong, you're in fucking big trouble. So the jab, bosh, he pipped him back, and the 2's fucking put him good night all. But then I don't know, he's out cold. I felt it got him. You know, when you get them on the sweet spot, it's light, isn't it? If you ever, it's light work. You go, fucking hell, I can even hit him there.
Can't even feel your hands.
And then he's gone. And then obviously Danny Mills, Trevor Sinclair, and that have jumped on, and obviously he's fucking on the floor. And then they wake him up, and he's screaming and all that. So I've just said to the lads, just let him go. He's wake up, and obviously when he's come round, you don't. If you've ever been KO'd, you lose a few minutes, don't you? Well, when I had the clash of heads, I've never been KO'd in a fight, but I've had a clash of heads that I got knocked out, and there's about 5 minutes that you can never get back. If you get bingoed in a fight, most people don't know what the fuck's gone on. So he's got up and we're like, what the fuck's happened? Because last thing he'll have remembered is probably training. He won't have remembered running at me. And then what happens is he's got up and started going wild again. So I'm just saying to the lads on the training pitch, let him go. Because I've already fucking blitzed them there. I haven't even got warm yet. So when you flatten someone that easy, you know, I'm just like, let the silly cunt go, and I'll fucking put him back a kip. Like if he wants it. Anyway, they stayed in between us. He goes in the physio room, and then Sylvan Distan was his mate, bigger than me. Sylvan's walking the dressing room, and I've said to him, if he fucking wants him, anytime, any place, send me location. And Distan, to be fair to him, Trevor Sinclair were like, look, he was out of turn. Trevor Sinclair said to him, look, Joey's from the streets, he's not a fucking idiot, he shouldn't have ran back at him. And he said he was only going to slap him. It's like, I'm just going to stand there and let you slap me. I'm like, come on, you silly cunt. And as I said to the man, like, I hope to meet him and be sound with him and I'll have a chat with him. But there's absolutely no fear for me about, like, I had to plead guilty because I was in jail and I didn't want to get added sentence. Otherwise, I'd have fought that on its own. And if I meet him now, whenever, for the rest of our lives, no problem. If he wants it, I'll have it. Because once you've starched somebody as easy as I did, he carries no fear for me. Now, also, I'm a grown-up now, and life water, and you're up to meet and have a coffee and say, fucking hell, you shouldn't have ran back towards me. You know, we shouldn't have been having it, but it's nothing really. But the fact that he went to the papers and made a big thing and pressed charges and that, I think he's a coward, and I'll never forgive him. But also, if he wants to sit down and be a man about it and have a chat about it, no problem. If he also wants to fucking do anything about it, he's had 20 odd years, and he could easily get my phone number and say, by the way, I'd have phoned him and said, listen, we need to have a meeting and sort this out. But he knows what went on, because he knows that got a little bit carried away, got a little bit too emotional, and because he's bigger than me, he thought I was a soft target, and he's decided he's going to fucking take the law into his own hands. But unfortunately for him, as many people have, they've mistaken my size for weakness and ended up realising that I can't just only play football.
If it was the other way around.
The other way round.
Like,
well, if he went out and said I stole it on him and that's fundamentally not true. If that's the case, why not phone me and say, need to speak to you? I'll meet you in. If he's here now, I'll meet you anywhere. If you think I've stolen on you, give me a bell and we'll line it out. I'm not in the best shape, but I'm confident, based on the fact that I absolutely bingoed you with a jab, that I'd flatten you every day of the week, twice on Sundays. I don't want it with you because it was fucking an easy night's work for me. But if you want it, you know where it is.
No, it was the next day the way he went snitching with his eye stitched up with
how can you go back to the dressing room?
I'm saying, if it was the other way around, would that, like, you
imagine you going to press the next day with a plaster over your eye and blagging it.
Well, again, it shows how much of a coward he is, because if that's the case, if someone's filled you in, then you're going, I need to speak to you face to face. We need to meet for a straightener. You've stolen on me. You know, you're not settling on that for the rest of your life.
You must have seen where
I left Man City because of the way they fucking let that happen in the media. I was like, wow, you cheeky cunts. And then also your Joe Hart and all that. or giving witness statements. And the thing about it was I should have ran the court case because every single witness statement was different. Every single person who's seen that fight seen a different thing. And there's people like Nadim Numfoot, Nadim Manua, who weren't even there, who start telling stories on podcasts as if they were there. You weren't even there, you fucking baldy tire. You fucking capper. You weren't even there. Just don't be telling stories about a fight that you wasn't even privy to. You fucking lying bastard. But again, this is the nonsense that goes round. And look, I'm not proud of it. You should never fight with your own teammates. But I'm telling you, on my kids' lives, he threw his weight around that day and he thought I was a soft touch and he got a fucking rude awakening. And for the rest of his life, he'll know that. When he goes to the grave, he'll know that. So whatever he wants to spin in the media and whatever with the sellotape over his eye and his beard taking a photo of it and all that, it's an embarrassment. Because if he had anything about him, he'd have phoned up the next day and said, listen, get him to the training ground and we'll get in the gym. Two of us, mano, and we'll sort it out. I was saying to Sylvan and that, listen, you got my number, no problem. Now, Man City let that come out in the paper and I got sent away from the training ground and I went, you cheeky cunts, I've kept you up virtually on my own. My goals, top goal scorer, my goals and performances, Distan played all right, fucking Dunn played all right, but pretty much I drove the engine of the team. Kept using the division when I've had suitors from bigger clubs, fucking, and for that shitbag, that fucking coward, you fucking half tried to. I went, I'm out of here, I'm gone. And so when they were trying to get me to stay, we're selling to the ties and Sven's coming in. I'm like, I'm out of here, mate. I've fucking gone above and beyond for you cunts. And that piece of shit who hasn't even fucking played the game, who's been smoking 20 a day in your fucking training ground, large in it and throws his weight around in the training ground, and all of a sudden I'm the fucking bad cop. And then the worst thing was I read all the statements, so every single one of yous who give a witness statement to the police, I read them all and I know who the proper fellas were and who were the maggots. And there's a few people who fucking don't think I know that, and I know exactly who the maggots are in that dressing room. And it fits because the performance in life since, they've fulfilled the maggot behaviour that they were. Because when that goes on in the dressing room, I've seen 25, 30 fights in my career as a player. It doesn't get out the dressing room unless you've got a group of fucking maggots who, weirdly now, they're all on the telly. Because the people who sit on Sky and BBC and ITV are the same people who leak the stories out the dressing room. When I look at all these are all the leakers out the dressing room. When you go, how the fucking hell have they found out? These leak. They all leak because they want a job. They're going forward. All your grasses, and I've got loads of players I play with, grasses, who sell stories out the dressing room to either protect themselves or get themselves a job in the media going forward. Most you see on the telly are the fucking snitches from your dressing room.
Yeah, why do you think, like, because obviously that blew up in the press with Darbo, and there must have been worse gone on the training ground than that.
Lad, I seen Nicholas Anelka split Stevie Jordan's head open, completely out of order, fucking hit him from behind and then fucking give him a pasting, and Stevie wanted to have it with him and he wouldn't let Stevie have a fight with him because Anelka was the star man. Yeah. And it was hard at 10 and Stevie was a young lad. Not a rumble come out the dressing room because it was Anelka on Stevie.
That's
and Stevie wearing the grass. I've seen loads. Paul Bosveld slapped me on the training ground one day. So that's why Darbo got chinned, because about 6 months before, me and Bosveld were arguing. I get on great with Bos. He's a good mate of mine. We were arguing similar and he fucking slapped me across the face. And I was gone like that, like fuming. The lads had jumped on it and it was split up, and then me and Boz shook hands the next day. That was the end of it, but I was fuming. But because he was older than me and I liked it, but we'd have got stuck into each other. It was a fight there if no one got in between. I've seen way worse fights. But I was the villain, Joey Barton's an outlaw. I sell papers, I sell newspapers, good, bad and indifferent, because I'm seen as an outlaw, and from the Tandy incident, who'd started it. Tandy, I became this outlaw figure who put cigars out on people, even though I'd been set on fire and was, responding to it, even though it was incorrect. I was responding to it. And then all of a sudden, you're the bad cop and this is the narrative, and then everything you do filters into that. And also, listen, it is what it is. But, life goes on. If I had my time again, you don't want to fight with your teammates and you go, fucking hell, but sometimes in training grounds, tensions are high, especially if someone's in the team and doing well and someone isn't. There's a lot of jealousy in football about the lads who are doing well and the lads who aren't doing so well. And sometimes, Usman's a little bit bigger than me, but obviously he's not from, I grew up fucking scrapping. Been fighting my whole life.
Yeah.
Just because you're bigger than me. And unfortunately, when As I say, everyone's got a fucking great plan until they get punched right in the face. And again, I'd been in enough fucking scrapes, and I knew how to look after myself. I'm no big hard case. I'm not a hard fella, but I'm certainly not fucking soft.
Couple of people saying here, there's a few. Someone saying Clough done Keenan.
Eyal Berkovic getting kicked in the head by John Hart. It's the worst one I've ever seen.
Someone literally just said John Hart and booted Berkovic's face off at West Ham.
Yeah, never got convicted of that. Because they kept it in the dressing room.
Brian Clough done Roy Keane or something. Is that the true story?
Brian Clough battered Roy Keane.
The manager?
Yeah. Never heard that one.
Someone just said it in the chat.
I heard Stuart Pearce got filled in by Basil Bowley.
No, be Brian now.
Brian Clough, big head.
Brian Clough was Roy Keane was only a kid at that time, wasn't he?
Brian Clough battered Keane and sent him home.
Can't see that.
Yeah, I never heard that one.
Clough was about 60.
While we think you're on it, I don't know whether any of you have seen this. I think this is outrageous from the FA. If you remember last year, Preston North End played Burnley. And he's a bit of a cunt, this Hannibal, the ex-Man United player. I seen him arguing with Casemiro in the Brazil game.
International.
He plays on the edge. He's top shit house. He starts to noise people up. But there was a player called Mutulin Osmanovic for Preston North End, the striker, who's had a 9-game ban. All right? If you remember in February last year, there was a racist allegation.
I remember
that. Hannibal said to the ref, he called him something black man. And he said, no, I didn't. I was calling him a bad man.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit lost in translation. Anyway, the FA have come out and gone, we're not sure what's really happened, but, there's a doubt here, so we're going to give you 9 games. I'm like, what the fuck's that? Or he hasn't. And if you can't prove beyond all reasonable doubt, then you can't ban someone on probability of he might have said this or he might have said that.
Because what if he's actually not said it? And then
doesn't matter, it's kangaroo court.
People have convinced him that he has now.
Well, that was exactly the same with...
banned him for 9 games.
That was exactly the same with Suarez. He admitted saying it was in something in Portuguese, like it was Porque Negro or something, to Evra, which means like, it's like in their language, it's like, what do you mean, mate? So it was the same. That was the same kind of thing, and he said, "Yeah, I said that. Why? What's the matter with that?"
I have to disagree with it. I thought Suarez was racially abusing him based on the energy of them two in that situation.
No, Suarez admitted what he said, and it was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, he tried to pass it off as some translation issue, but I'm judging on what I seen, and I'm like, he's fucking give it to him there.
And the fact he's
in the grey area using Spanish language, but basically. Evra knows and Suarez knows exactly what was getting said. The most embarrassing thing about that was the Liverpool players under Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah, that was bad. No one's ever disagreed.
Considering you're such a woke club.
But the story behind that one is that Damien Comolli went in and asked Suarez what he said. He said, "This is what I said. I don't know what's bad about it." And because the word Negro was brought up, that was why he got.
But we weren't there.
So but it was the same kind of thing. The FA said.
It's like the John Terry one, isn't it? It's like
we don't know what was said really, whether it was or whether it wasn't, but we're going to ban you anyway.
I don't know whether any of you have seen this week John Terry and Dennis Wise and all that coming out asking for Charlie Bronson to be released.
I've not seen that. No,
going free Charlie Bronson and all that. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with the Chelsea crew. But
Charles Bronson,
Charlie Bronson, the prisoner.
Yeah,
like, by the way, it's a legitimate thing.
He's been in for so long, hasn't he?
But also, that's what happens when you fight the system.
Yeah,
can't fight the system. So long. The system wins. Charlie's fought the system. I do think it's outrageous, but obviously you start filling all the screws in and all that, and you're anti-establishment, climbing on the roofs and throwing tiles off and fucking causing murder.
You went in for like, did he get in for like a small sentence?
He went in, come out, and then I've only seen Tom Hardy in the film, and then goes and robs a jewellery because he can't fucking handle it and goes back in, and he's never been out since.
He just does mad stuff.
But he's fought the system, lad. If you fight the system in there, it's like the guy who's gone in. Did you see? Good news, this, by the way, that Ian Huntley got stabbed in the eyes by a prisoner.
Is that definitely true, is it? Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing, allegedly. Yeah. That's
unbelievable news, that.
Nice, well in.
I mean, this way, people like that should be put down, let's be honest.
They've got to be, I mean...
Yorkshire Ripper, just put them down.
They've been... I seen thingy in House of Parliament talking about capital punishment.
Now, if the government have put an assisted dying bill in for people who fucking want to go and kill themselves, so why can't you have the death penalty for people who are like Axel Rabjikane? He should be killed.
You should be. That's dead. You should be.
Shouldn't it be a thought? Just like, listen, you're going to do heinous stuff like that, you die.
Capital punishment for those kind of crimes and those kind of... What do you call them? People? Just call them scum. Because...
Again, there has to be some deterrent. Like, look, if you do something as heinous as this, you're going to die. Unfortunately... You're going to die and we're going to shut you off. I don't think that if you can go away now and take yourself off and say, I've had enough, I'm in pain, I want to kill myself, which is what the Labour government is trying to bring in, this assisted dying bill, then surely the capital punishment bill should be back on the table for cunts like Axel Rabjikane And anybody who commits gross terrorism or fucking stuff like that, listen, no problem. I'd actually roll it out a bit further. I'd roll it out even further, but you don't want to hear where I'd go with it. But I'm going, that should be the bare minimum. If you take life, desire to take life like that, your life should be taken from you.
That Rajikhan who sat in court, didn't he? Was like, yeah, I'm happy I done it.
And also, haven't he attacked prison guards, the Manchester Bombers and
Just
all that? Like,
twist his neck, twist his head right off his shoulders.
Yeah, it's insanity to
bowl it
like,
down Southport High Street, let everyone kick it round for a little game of footy.
You know, Tommy Robinson is saying that in Belmarsh or whatever, he was moving around part of the population of the Muslim thing in there, and you know, he's carrying on, we've got a great life in there. Like, how is that even happening? He's ruined people's lives, killed 3 young girls, tried to kill more, tried to decapitate some of them. How is he even still breathing? How has he not just been taken out the back and just plugged?
He's got to get something done to him soon, hasn't he?
Well, he can't, because he's in a Muslim wing with Muslims who are not gonna. He's done what they want him to do.
Surely there's got to be one Muslim who looks at him and goes,
"No,
you've done really."
Same with the grooming gangs. You're going, surely one of the Mars or someone with the conscience blows them up. No, they don't. It's you're not thinking logically, because their way of thinking isn't a logical way of thinking. They do not want to integrate. They want to take over. Now, that's not all, but that's most of these fanatics, Islamists. They are intent on
taking over. They're not here to take part.
So until we realise, gradually, I think people are switching onto it, but it might be too late by the time, the fucking penny drops. And usually, as I say, Orwell talks about all the time that it's the women in society. Like, I've got a quote here, I'll have to dig it out for you. A fucking classic Orwell. Who is the problem? Right? Let me just find this. I'll put it on for you today.
What's that?
10-11.
We started a little bit late, so we'll just
finish
go
late.
after
We'll
this.
start late, so we'll finish late. Where's my boy, Georgie boy? Oh, I've got a cracker for you, lads, to finish. A real good one. Which makes sense. Oh, lad, I'm only going to find this. I don't think that much shit on my phone.
Is it a link, is it?
I took a photo of it before. I did delete loads of stuff, so I should have it in, because I've written some stuff on the board. Fucking hell.
Oh, have you got that? In that chat?
What's this?
No. Picture of me, fucking in our Nadine's in my PJs. It's not going on the stream
nice
at
spot.
all.
No, I've done like a ChatGPT one, but like a little Santa now.
Oh, no.
Can't find it, lads. Can't find it.
I think something in the Holy Land.
Anyway, I'll dig it out for the next show. It's not really that relevant. We were talking about the Book of Enoch. This is just a little story to finish. We were talking about the Book of Enoch last time. Some of the books that have been taken out of the Bible, all right? So the Book of Enoch might explain alien intervention or whatever. I've done little bit more work on chromosome 2, and it does look like the great apes have got 48 chromosomes, humans 46. The fusion could have been in the transfer of the great ape to Homo sapien, so it mightn't be alien intervention, but we have to consider it, all right? So this week I found out that there's a few books in the Bible that have been missed. So the Gospel of St. Thomas is the book, because you always think when you read about Jesus in the Bible, it's an adult. You read about the baby in the manger, and then it flash forwards to adult Jesus.
When he's 30, right? You don't.
Who's a saint?
Yeah.
Who wishes loads of nice things on everybody.
You miss out when he went to Glastonbury and all that in the middle of it all. You miss out.
Oh no, they don't, mate. Because the Book of Thomas is where that all fucking goes down. Where is me?
So they've hid this in the Vatican, haven't they?
They haven't hid it in the Vatican. It's been deleted. So the Book of Thomas, right, is a book that's been left out the Bible, but it was written nearly 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's stories about Jesus as in his childhood.
Yeah.
Stuff that's been kept under wraps by the church. Because what would you think about Jesus as a child?
You wouldn't have a clue, because
what do you think?
A hippie.
What kind of kid would he be?
What? Like
walking around doing miracles on a playground.
Like a nice kid, or
yeah, of course.
Allegedly, to the Book of St. Thomas, Jesus was a little cunt.
Don't you get smited in
right?
a minute?
Jesus in the Book of St. Thomas would do stuff like it says,
holy water on you.
The text tells of Jesus as a kid performing miracles, right? Bringing clay birds and making them into real birds, getting water from like places he couldn't get it, and he healed a boy who'd stuck an axe in his leg, all right? but it also portrays a darker side of Jesus as a vengeful, because he's this kid with superpowers. Right, he's a kid with superpowers.
This is a TV series.
Right?
This be a film.
So
this is,
this is no joke. This is no joke. The Book of Thomas even cursing another child to death for striking him on the shoulder. So another kid hit him on the playground and he's cursed him to death. He's killed a kid. Right? This is according to the Book of St. Thomas. After Jesus kills the child for accidentally bumping into him, the villagers became upset and complained to Joseph and Mary. In response to their accusations, Jesus strikes the accused with blindness. So they all kicked off, he makes them all blind. As you would do if you had superpowers as a kid, right? The book omits loads of stuff that he's done. And the traditional Bible first mentions Jesus after the infancy as a 12-year-old, all right? But in another episode, Joseph takes Jesus to a teacher to learn the alphabet, and the teacher becomes irritated when Jesus starts laughing at his instructions and says, I fucking know everything. You're about to already know everything. I know everything you do. I know your dad. I know his dad. I know everything about everything. Clearly, when you think he must have, if he can miracles, he might have mellowed into the nice Jesus we know, who accepted his fate. But clearly he's been a precocious genius as a child. Just going, what, you silly cunt, I'll contact me half fella and just fucking put a plague of locusts on you or make you blind.
This needs to be the Life of Brian 2.
Yeah. All right, the infancy Gospel of Thomas was rejected by the early church because it portrayed Jesus as a violent, petulant child and conflicted with Orthodox Christian teachings. In a late composition date and association with Gnostic literature further led leaders to deem that it was inauthentic and heretical because they didn't like what they were saying about it. In one incident, after Jesus blinds the parents of a boy he struck dead, all right, so that's the kid who bumped into him on the playground, Joseph, his earthly and adoptive father, reprimands him. When Joseph saw that Jesus had done such a thing, he got angry and grabbed his ear and pulled very hard. The boy became infuriated with him and replied, "It's one thing for you to seek and not find. It's quite another for you to act this unwisely. Don't you know that I don't really belong to you? Don't upset me."
Fucking hell.
And Jesus, hearing, laughed, said to them, "You say what you know, but I know more than you, for I am before the ages, and I know when your fathers' fathers were born, and I know how many years of your life you will live." Lad, he's clearly... chapter 3
he's
like
autistic. What he is,
he's saying like
he's got a bit of autism.
Yeah, he's obviously he's got the powers to do whatever the fuck he wants. So it makes sense to me. I'm like, right, this actually now makes sense because if you give a kid superpowers and he knew he was the son of God, anyone's fucking about with him in school trying to bully him or take his fucking dinner money off him, he's just like. Fucking have that, you little cunt. You're fucking blind now. So's your ma, so's your half fella. Because kids are bastards, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm reading here. In age 12 in the temple episode, Jesus gets separated from Mary and Joseph in Jerusalem. They panic. He's in the temple, casually and calmly debating scholars, saying, "Don't you know this is my dad's house?"
Lad, imagine Jesus in sports day. Fuck off, lad. I just thumped you right at the end.
If the Bible was a story of Jesus growing up being a little cunt and then getting better,
that's what's happened. But they've deleted it out. They've gone, no, we can't have that in there. He's fucking been making all people blind. Some kid bumped into him. He's just boom, dropped dead.
Basically, Jesus comes out of a manger. He's 30, then he dies.
So again, the book... So I'm like, how many fucking more books have they left? The Book of Enoch out, the Gospel of St. Thomas, which actually, if you listen to it, you go, that makes sense. He's been a little cunt as a child and then learned to be a really nice fella and accepted his fate as he's got older and mellowed. Funny. So it shows that if Jesus is a cunt as a kid, then, you know, we're all a work in process because that's the son of God who's been zapping people with blindness, killing kids for bumping into him in school. So
allegedly.
Well,
no,
this is the book.
I can't have Jesus suing us.
Jesus might fucking sue me.
It's funny one here. The kid accidentally kills another child. The parents are furious, so Jesus brings the child back to life. All's good. All's good.
PR restored.
It says PR restored.
Lad, this is what I'm saying.
So it sounds like Bruce Almighty.
So again, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Because you go, how would the kid...
That makes way more sense than anything I've ever heard about the Bible.
These miraculous talents and just expect him to just be
because he is born, isn't he? He's born as a miracle, and then you don't hear nothing from his youth.
Mar's been getting sausage by the Romans, though, hasn't he? That's
all right, last little bit to finish from me, and I must talk about it because it keeps popping up on me all the time. The most bizarre thing I've ever seen is the relationship between Cynthia Ivaro and Ariana Grande. What the fuck's going on there?
it's so bizarre that it's gone full circle. It's like, actually, I'm used to them being that weird now.
Why are they so skinny? Why have they lost so much weight?
But they all have on. Have you seen them on that Wicked show?
That Wicked show,
What's going
I don't know. Have they all been on the Manjaro? All of them.
Well, the Wizard of Oz, there was lots of rumours about the Wizard of Oz originally, wasn't it? Like lots of stuff like satanic cults and all that.
All the dwarves getting killed off and that.
Just weird. Like there's a lot of weird stories about that, like what it means and the like all the weird stuff behind it. That it was a Walt Disney, and there's like a lot of weird stuff, like iconography and all weird symbols that go on in the original.
One of the dwarves hanging in the background,
And is this is the modern version of it brought into this Wicked series? I haven't seen any of it. I've seen a few, obviously the adverts, but like them two, like the fella going a bit wild and grabbing an arm, and then she pulls it away. What the fuck's going on between them? Like
so many.
The helicopter flying over, and they have like
she starts crying.
Yeah, bizarre.
Why was that?
No, what? She's fucking weird.
It's like
the helicopter. And she goes,
it's a strange thing. And they're asking us to let our kids watch this shit.
I seen one where she like fixing a necklace.
Oh, and there's nothing wrong with the necklace.
There's fuck all wrong with the necklace.
The necklace was perfect. She started doing this to the necklace. And she,
yeah, strange.
But you know what? She's gone down my estimations, Ariana Grande, because
she was never in my fucking estimations.
No,
she's saddy, to be fair.
She was.
She's not now. She's like fucking bag of
bones. No, she's not now at all.
She has to run about in the shower to get wet now. But you never know. But she's now she's now done something. But she's now done something now where, like, obviously the concert in Manchester, where like the Muslims killed a lot of people who went to watch her, and then
that was that concert, Manchester Blue Hole,
and now she put something on Instagram like where we stand by Muslims and all stuff. I was thinking, you've actually just killed yourself there with all your fan base of what happened in one of your concerts.
Fuck them. Last bit from me. Don't know whether you've seen this. We're obviously in the midst of the war in Ukraine, hopefully getting resolved, and we see that Zelensky,
that's not his real name.
Well, the leader of Ukraine at this moment in time is opening a $500 million ski resort in Ukraine.
I wonder who's giving that money.
Isn't that strange? You're at war, but yet you've got money to spend on a ski resort.
Yeah,
it's like bizarre. Bizarre. And also, have you seen the house he's built? Anyone seen the house
in America?
No, he's built a house. He's bought a load of land
in America. In America, he bought a
load of land. Have you seen the house he's built in Ukraine? Oh, no. So where's our money gone? Why are we still pouring money into this fucking crazy? I seen Klitschko come out. He's not happy with Donald Trump. I'm like, I don't know what's going on there, but all I know is, how can the end of war be bad?
Keir Starmer's going to give the Ukraine 235 million.
Okay, well that's
so how much is that? How much is his house?
We didn't need that. We didn't need that money. Our people didn't need that.
How much does his house cost? Well, we want that money back.
I don't know, but that seems like it's half the ski resort. So maybe he's just getting a fucking
get the free ski pass.
Well, also he'll have a nice chalet to go.
He'll probably get a free ski as well when he gets over there. Some of the Ukrainians
with his Ukrainian pals who like to throw petrol bombs at his house.
Yeah. Anyway,
right. That'll do us. I think I've covered enough there. I've covered off pretty much everything else to talk about, as mad as that is.
I'd love to show the people you're fucking...
And bear in mind, that was only 25% of the stuff I actually want to put out there. And I'll just finish with this. A stat was released this week about online communications leading to arrests. The top 5 countries in the world. Number 1 in the world for online posts leading to arrests.
It's got to be this country.
North Korea.
No, England. Great Britain.
Any guesses?
I would have said England now, yeah.
It is the UK with 12,000 of them.
Well, I seen Musk and Rogan talking about it, and they were like...
Second country, I'll give you the top 5 here. Number 2 country.
It's going to be China or North Korea.
Belarus with 6,000, only half of ours.
Belarus?
Number 3.
China.
Russia.
Germany.
What?
With half of that again, 3,000.
Wait, these are all ahead of China.
Number 4.
China.
With only 1,500 arrests.
And then North Korea.
5,
North Korea.
Russia with 500 arrests.
Yeah, Russia.
So we have 11,500 more arrests than Russia, which is seen as a tyrannical dictatorship. So David Lammy this week attended a dinner where the US Ambassador Warren Stevens spoke very, very poignantly about how he feels that freedom of speech in the UK is under attack. And Lammy just sat there like the pudding he is and accepted it. So if the US ambassador is sitting in front of the equivalent foreign secretary or whatever he is of the UK, and talking about freedom of speech, and we're seeing in the data that Britain tops the table, twice the amount of arrests as Belarus, which is a dictatorship, and obviously 10 times the amount of Russia, which is a dictatorship.
We are a
China.
dictatorship. There's no way about
and
no way
we're
around
trying
it.
to say this is a free democracy where you can freedom of speech is we've been protecting it for years.
No, it's a dictatorship.
So anyway, we'll leave you with that. Look after yourselves, because we have a tyrannical government who are policing tweets rather than actual crimes. And be safe out there.